possible that it could happen. I think Murta needs to get a good game. I think she needs to get quite a few items, but they can also lean on the Queen of Pain. If she gets to a point of like Kaya plus Aghanim Scepter, I think she should go for the Kaya into then Ags, skip the Kaya Sancha upgrade to begin with, just to get the Aghanims as early as possible. That could make her a very serious threat, and like I said, not the best tools to deal with her. But the game is going to be quite centered around which carry starts having the most impact around 20-minute mark. Luna, known for farming very fast and then able to fight pre-Roshan. Same can be said about Murtas.
Yeah, I think...
Actually, the carries tip each other. A little bit of have fun coming out.
Yeah, knowing how important they are. Carry, respect carry. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, a bit...
You're a real weirdo.
A bit spooky playing this Radiant draft. Well, we'll see how it goes. I still feel like laning stage is going to be important for them, just to try and hold on to stuff. And HULIGANI, obviously the ones coming into this a little favored as well, just in terms of team and player matchup. And that's probably also playing tricks on my mind, where I've already had the internal bias leaning towards Dire.
Yeah. I mean, I would say they're coming in definitely the favorites into this. They're an experienced team, you know, they should be performing pretty well here, and I think their draft was very premeditated, because you could tell by how they drafted. They snap picked all the way until their 4th pick even. They picked Earth Spirit like so fast. That tells me that this is something they're very happy with. They are in a draft that they already had premeditated.
Yeah, it felt like, oh, we got Treant, we got Largo, we got Kotl, we got all these meta heroes. It feels very good for them. I want to see them around that top bounty rune, getting Cog pushed away, but Anisan does not want to stick around. A bit of extra gold going into Snowy there as he farms up a Cog or two. We get ourselves one for Mirage, Ethereal and Yoi getting one apiece, and then Snowy's going to get the 4th to give us the 2-for-2 bounty runes. Getting ourselves started off evenly in this game 1. Best of 3, lower bracket situation, so elimination on the line in this series. As we head ourselves towards TI 2026.
Mid lane should be pretty rough for Earth Spirit against the Queen of Pain. I think Queen is very favored on this matchup if you know what you're doing. He's going to try and trade back though. Good use of his moment here to go in, deal some damage.
It was nice to see Sayush on this Kotl go and deward his medium camp near the Ancients as well, so he's already set up for stacking time, and then gets to lane on time as well to help out Corrupted and deal with these cogs early on. Mirage taking a bit of a beating in that mid lane through the dagger already, even just at level 1 from Ethereal, dropping this Earth Spirit quite low. That's going to be the name of the game for him, though, is towing the line, staying low and getting farm without dying as an Earth Spirit against a Quap.
Yeah, he's taking more than a little bit of damage, and he's still away from the bottle, right? He doesn't have it, and Queen has her bottle coming in, so she could get an advantage on this lane if he doesn't get the next last hits. Basically needs it to secure his bottle before the water runes are spawning. So a little, yeah, bottom lane is crazy low, a lot of harassment. A little guideline generally for bottle, by the way. If you want to get bottle before the water runes, you typically need to get it roughly at like 130 at the latest. If you get it at 140, then you're not really gonna get it delivered in time.
Especially when you're against heroes like Park or Queen of Pain who can go to one, then blink back for the other. You need the early option, trying to decide where you're heading early on. It's like right now, Ethereal's using bottle charges to harass and controlling with body positioning top rune, but ready if she had blink, you know, ready to blink bottom if needed.
Yeah, but he's committing for a double point in Shadow Strike, which in itself is pretty annoying for Mirage. He gets Shadow Strike one more time here, so now he normally would want to go and pick the rune, but with the Shadow Strike on him, it's gonna make it hard to bottle up the top lane.
Top lane Treant, dead to waveform. Rubik and Axe, just level 1 Battle Hunger, level 1 Fade Bolt, enough to grab the Treant, lift him back in and kill him.
Yeah, and I like what they did with the Sentry Ward on that lane as well. Put it pretty far back, but just making sure Treant couldn't harass them if they kept the lane far back close to tower. And yeah, Treant just, even with a lot of trees up, right? They haven't gone for Quelling Blade on Rubik. Even with a lot of his natural habitat staying alive, he's struggling a little bit.
Yeah, and a pretty important one. Anchor on this Axe was starting to fall behind a little bit in last hits. Now he's able to help get that kill, recover, drag lane equilibrium back to tier 1. So the whole process works out really nicely there for TI15.
Yeah, this bottom lane, I would say, is pretty favored for the Clockwork and Murta. They're actually looking for a kill attempt.
Yeah, straight onto Corrupted. And put the calling down. Poor little frog getting blood grenaded. Not dead just yet, though. Gets given the chakra magic. Maybe thinks about turning around and licking. He takes another shot from Yoai and a dead shot as well. Yeah, he stuck around for too long.
Hey, just walked too close, and that's really bad timing to die. Loses 3 melee creeps because of it. Gonna lose the range creeps as well. 5 creeps missed, and the next creep wave being pulled into a stacked double or a stacked big camp. Ay, not good stuff for the Largo.
Not ideal. I mean, that's the thing, right? Both of these safe lanes have access to small and large camps, so great ways for everyone to mess with this equilibrium. Something that Waveform and Anku making sure doesn't happen. And playing forward here, using that large camp to their advantage.
Oh, kicking the queen away, but he gets body blocked. It's gonna take a lot of damage still here. Sure, he has the rune, but this is pretty painful.
He's got TP coming in, and he's
sniping.
sidestepping Cogs. Does get hit by one of them. And Kotl's going to come in to try and top him back up. And that's all your bottle charges being used just to stay in the lane, though.
Yeah. Ethereal says the Clockwork can take the water rune as well. He's fine. And yeah, this Earth Spirit got the rune, but lost so much HP and mana.
And then back to warding up that medium camp. Another sentry, another move that the Kotl has to make to come and deward it. Making sure you're not just building up all these stacks. And that means that the Frog is left stranded. Level 3 Largo, trying to find a way to manipulate Creep Wave himself, but very difficult. Like Clockwork lurking on that left-hand side, always looking for an angle. A dead shot pushback into Cogs. The Frog going to try and walk around the left-hand side. Anisan not going to land any of those Cog kicks. So Corrupted lives, but I don't know what kind of life this is in the bottom lane.
And they actually come down here with the Rubik as well. Not gonna show himself just yet. Hanging around. Maybe they can get a kill still. Gonna go behind. They're really low HP. You could grab Caudle, but they want the Largo.
Yeah, how's there a Rubik here? Coming from the left-hand side. Lift him up into the Cogs. Kotl's right next to his tower, trying to break free, but he's gonna get Cog bounced around. Thanks to that dead shot.
Very hard bottom lane right now. It was already difficult, and then Rubik comes and ganks it as well. And mid lane, you can, say the same thing there. He's just about to hit level 5 on Earth Spirit, but Queen is getting level 6 from this catapult, so big advantage for Queen. Actually, one more melee creep, just barely.
This living armor is definitely paying off, though. Level 2 being spammed on this mid lane to keep the Earth Spirit in somewhat fighting shape. And get a calling placed down bottom around the Lotus Pool to zone the Frog away, while an Invis rune spawns at the bottom spot. And a bit of vying for control around it, but Corrupted is just full zoned out of lane. Mirage rolls onto the Rubik mid, but suddenly realizes that the Clock and the Queen of Pain still ready to fight here with a Sonic Wave. The heal, there was a Lotus and a Wand being popped over onto Mirage, keeps him alive. Anisan's dead. Kotl, Treant, the Sustain, the Roaming Fountain comes into play big time.
Yeah, gonna stay alive and be quite okay, and that was the first Queen of Pain ulti, not getting any value, in fact losing that fight. This does leave side lanes 1v1, and we saw Murta winning hard bottom. Top lane, Luna is not gonna do that well against Axe either, as we see him just deny right in front of her face.
Just kind of crazy to watch Earth Spirit go from like 100 HP back up to half. It was like 600 burst heal from his wand and a Lotus. Just immediately heals him. Mirage is going for a solo kill mid, by the way. He's like a kick away and a punch to kill the Queen of Pain alone? Huh?
That shouldn't happen. That was definitely a mistake right there.
I was watching it happen and I couldn't believe it myself. Like, I don't...
Yeah, I don't know what he did. I was watching the Wisdom contest there, where, by the way, they got the double Wisdom, the side of Radiance, a big advantage, but yeah, that loses a lot of the advantage he had built on Ethereal. He played such a good laning stage, stayed ahead, and now suddenly Mirage, with 2 kills, is ahead in experience to the Queen of Pain, who he was a full level behind just moments ago.
And that 200 net worth advantage as well. Yeah, ahead of her somehow out of this lost lane stage. Oh, 3-3. No net worth lead anymore. And yeah, little advantages Radiant had built up just down the drain.
Yeah, a lot of things can shift when you get solo kills like that on mid lane.
And when you have Kotl, Largo, Treant responding and healing your mid laner over and over again. A deny on an arcane rune as well by this Kotl. Nicely done to stop the Queen of Pain getting the refill. And while this is all happening, yeah, we've got the two carries farming, right? Both squads are going to be relying on this Muerta and Luna to hit their stride.
They're actually on equal farm right now. Both of them had 61 last hits. A little bit of a net worth lead for the Muerta as she has 2 kills to her name, and Luna has not killed anyone yet. But yeah, it's a game where I think overall, like real late game, Muerta does win, but Luna is going to hit a more important timing earlier on.
Well, another dead shot. Corrupted being shoved around here with all their displacement tools, but with a living armor and a wand pop. Yeah, it's back to 500 HP. Waddles away.
Stays alive, but it's one of those, what kind of life is he living? You know, 2.7k gold. He is definitely having a struggle of a laning stage here. His mana is super duper low. No soul ring yet as well.
Yeah, it's...
I would not want to be in Corrupted's shoes right now.
It's a jungle life, a half-life. Go back and hide somewhere. And get one more lane, but when this is done, time to say goodbye.
Noteworthy is that Snowy did go for the Mask of Madness. By the way, you and I have cast some Lunas in the past where somebody skipped Mask of Madness and I was about to lose my mind. I think it's such a good item on Luna. Going for Mask of Madness into Yasha seems to be the build here, straight into Manta. Sometimes we see the detour Yasha into Dragonlance, but I like the Manta Rush. Just accelerate that farm even more.
Yeah, gives you a chance to, you know, break free of the calling or a blink call from Axe if that comes into play. Get away from a dagger. Lots of little things you can do with the Manta style.
Yeah, generally just shoving the dangerous lanes, right? Because there's pretty good catch in this game. Axe when he gets Blink Dagger, the Clockwork with the hook shot, and Queen of Pain has a lot of damage, so you don't want to be the one shoving lanes super far. Instead, just send an illusion. Let them do a job.
And Queen of Pain just going to farm up a couple of jungle camps on her way back to mid lane. Axe, similar story as he clears out the left-hand side before returning to defend his tier 1 top. Radiant trying to get these little advantage, little extra bits of farm where they can.
Queen is queuing up exactly the items that I was hoping he would go for. The Kaya into Aghanim Scepter. Definitely the strongest build path. Look at Luna, though, connecting.
Oh, straight onto Ethereal. Oh, that's great from Mirage and Snowy. The move from Luna, the setup from Earth Spirit. Straight on the Queen of Pain, who's now dead the second time in this game.
That's good stuff. Playing Luna is similar to playing like Faces Void. You have this massive ulti that does a lot, so you want to get value out of it. And that was beautifully done by him.
And now Axe going to get shoved out of lane as well. Takes a decent chunk of damage there as he tries to contest the large camp. And belongs to Snowy. But yeah, now have Queen of Pain 0-2 and 0. Had a tremendous start. Great laning stage, but now is ahead of the Largo, sure, but behind everybody else.
They're 5-manning. Everybody top.
Gather up. That's an overgrowth holding them back, though, and Snowy's still half HP. Right, screw that. Back to full. Healed by the rest of his team. Ethereal blink in 2 seconds, but that's not fast enough. Gets dealt with by Mirage. The reaction from Huligani, too strong. Cheeky Bamboni not respecting the defensive tools that Huligani have.
I mean, things going bad from worse. From bad to worse. The Queen had the right idea. They are 5-manning top, but she went a little bit too early. Linking that aggressively just gets her stuck in a really bad spot. And now, after having a very good performance, I was actually like singing his praises a bit and thought he played a super good laning stage. Now he's 0-3 and 0 on Queen. It's so baffling to me that this game Titanic so hard for him.
Paper Tiger, man. That's, I don't know. Maybe it's team versus team. It's just, you know, Huligani a little ahead, an echelon above. They're just that gut feeling. The scary looking Radiant lineup has weaknesses behind it. It seems like it's the player's eagerness to try and recuperate after getting countered and killed off a couple of times.
Yeah, they still do have, you know, a minor lead, 1k gold lead for them right now. So says a lot about how that bottom lane went, right? Even though Queen of Pain has died 3 times, they're still ahead somehow. Muerta with a 6k net worth versus the 3.5k offlaner.
I'm also, I don't want to say cursed or blessed, whichever way you want to look at it, but I'm pretty sure. I need to look up the stats for this, but I'm pretty certain whenever I cast Queen of Pain or Naga Siren, these are the 2 big ones, Quap and Naga, they lose like 80% of the time. Like, other people are, Queen of Pain's such a good hero. Naga wins all her games. Like, I do not witness this happening. Every time I see these heroes, they just lose.
Yeah, I mean, Naga is definitely in a weird spot nowadays, I feel. But Queen of Pain, I'm one of those people. Like, hey, Queen is a good hero. Well,
it's not just recently. I mean, historically, over the past 10 years, these two heroes in my mind are just bad. No matter what patch. No matter what patch, it doesn't matter if they're good or not, you know, by the numbers. If I'm casting, they suck.
You're the jinx. I am the unfortunate here for TI15.
It's especially
You
true.
should have thought about that.
I did a little check not long ago because the way I felt this was whenever I cast, in particular, Quinn's Queen of Pain, I cast 4 games of his Queen of Pain within like a 2-month period, and he like hard lost all of them. And that's what triggered this whole thing.
I mean, that's just a Quinn issue, though. That's not Queen. That's Quinn issue.
Well, no, that was a Quinn issue, and then I realized it's also Queen of Pain issue. I thought it was a Quinn issue, but it was the Quap. We'll see if they're able to recover, though. Ethereal 0-3-0, but still hitting some decent timings on these items. Thanks to that good laning stage and the farm she's getting.
He's working on that Kaya, but Earth Spirits...
Oh, no. No jinxing.
Very quickly. Waveform with a nice lift in to steal the roll and rolls to safety himself.
And a shield run on Queen of Pain, obviously helping out too.
Oh no, nobody's on the Wisdom. Treant, he's gonna steal it.
And 40-minute run gonna spawn bottom as a haste for Earth Spirit. Radiant Vision's gonna see them coming if they wander down to the bottom lane, so I think Muerta's gonna be pretty okay to step back, and is protected by the Clockwork as well.
This haste rune does open up the possibility for him to make a play down bottom, play towards the Muerta, maybe crack open the tower. I would love to see Luna going through the gate and joining our team. May feel a little bit dangerous, but I actually think that they're the stronger team 5v5 right now. With all the sustain and heal they have, we see them going through the gate. So far, Luna is the only one not joining.
Yeah, we got ourselves a double Wisdom Shrine as well. There's a roll, dodges roll. Mirage can't connect onto waveform. And he dips. So now Muerta, Clockwork evacuate. The deep dire ward coverage, it saw the Queen of Pain farming, but they couldn't connect with her. So it seems like they're just going to aim at killing off this tier 1 tower as they bring Snowy through the gate as well.
TI15, at least they get away from the idea of defending this. I think it's the correct call. Would be a very hard place to set up a defense, especially with the wards. Of course, they don't know that yet, but instead go for pressure on mid, pressure top.
And defensive hook shot.
Safety.
Roshan's walking through the river as well. Got to be careful stepping down. And you want to try and skirmish at this point in time. Everyone gathering up in this mid lane, though. Clock, Rubik behind the Queen of Pain. Kotl, Largo behind the Earth Spirit.
Still have yet to see a Queen of Pain ulti result in something good, so I'm gonna smoke up now, looking for the Luna as she moved down bottom. It'll be a massive kill to find, but Snowy is pretty far ahead of where they expect he is.
He's going to walk under the Radiant Wards again. It might expire before he gets there, but I've seen him wandering back. But the pings are coming. It looks like Snowy is saying, hey guys, I'm farming stack, come and help me. They'll bring numbers across. So Kotl's here to stack one more time. The first point of contact onto Sayosh as they'll blink in with Ethereal. Trying to deal with the Kotl, but they can't actually get the grab. So now the Luna with the Earth Spirit, they're onto Waveform, dealing with Rubik. Blowing up Waveform and trying to chase forward with Mirage keeping this Magnetize going. They could maybe go up high ground, but they're respecting the staircase.
It's a little bit indecisive there. They go in, they split their focus on 2 different heroes. Actually, the Blink Axe, though.
Blinks in with a Blade Mail onto Mirage, but that's a tanky Earth Spirit. Oh, he's perfectly fine.
Living Armor. Living Armor is making a difference over and over here. It saved the Caudal. It keeps the Earth Spirit nice and healthy. Respect is keeping his friends alive.
You're a real weirdo.
I genuinely don't know what the Radiant has to do to kill a hero in this game. It's Dagon time.
I mean, it's not even that they can't kill something. It's just their efforts have been pretty lackluster. There was 2 heroes jumping the Earth Spirit on mid. 2 heroes to kill a mid hero is typically pretty low investment. Normally you want at least 3. And when they tried to kill Caudal, again, it was the 2 heroes latching onto him out of the 3 heroes in the smoke. So they need to get all their efforts working towards the same kill. Because of the saves, as you mentioned, the heals are very strong. But yeah, this game, you know, early on we saw a minor net worth lead for TI15, but I do think that HULIGANI are gonna have the stronger late game if we can get there, or like this mid game power spike, I should say, not late game, because ultra late I think Murta is the hard carry that wins.
I'm gonna jump onto the Kotl. Get that.
That was good.
Dunk
3
out the
heroes.
axe.
3 heroes on one target, and you see how fast he disappeared. Boom. So
Yeah,
they have the potential to kill. They just need to do this. Decisive moves.
Ah, one big bang.
Oh.
Kill the Kotl.
A good steal on Rubik. Gets the chakra magic. I actually think that's a very nice spell to steal.
Ah, with the Quap in the team, that's really nice. And for
Even
now, gonna be...
with Axe, right? You can lower the cooldown on the Berserker's Call. Pretty damn good.
Not too shabby. HULIGANI going to try and gather up. Maybe thinking about a smoke out this mid lane. Earth Spirit looks like he's just going to go for it on his own. Mirage is sprinting out from mid tier 1 across the top. I'm trying to play in towards where Snowy's set up.
They have good wards behind here. They saw everybody moving in, and they bring more resources to the fight.
Well, silence and then kick. Mirage rolling towards Axe, but doesn't connect it. Now we've got
This ward is still
TI15
scary. HULIGANI with the deep ward behind everything.
and 5 heroes up here for Radiant. They're trying to go with a blink call missing though. Mirage steps back. Respect can overgrowth if needed. Snowy's come in with the Eclipse and the damage. Manta dodged and now tries to heal against Anku's axe, who's bursting them down. The Blade Mail return and then the clear out. They've killed the 3 of them off, trading out for 3 of their own. We've got 2 heroes remaining on either side. Kotl, Largo gets Queen of Pain and Rubik. Corrupted and Seosh, they're still chasing with a lick back on waveform. Solar Bind into further damage. Tick him down and get that 4th kill of the fight.
Very nice. Good defense by them. When you're playing Treant Protector, so important to not give away your towers for free. And I think maybe a misplay by Murta to keep auto-attacking into the Blade Mail. He just kept going, man. He took 1,400 damage from the Blade Mail. That is a lot. I think, you know, at some point, yes, you want to kill your opponents, but Blade Mail is a very strong counter to Murta, so a great choice by the Earth Spirit to go back for that.
I did a ton of damage. And there's the Anku Blade Mail as well, was spilling back on the Luna. Both the carries just dying to Blade Mail damage.
That's so true. The Queen of Pain ulti was unfortunate too. It only clipped onto a Treant Protector and didn't even kill him when she threw it. She saved that ulti a little bit. This fight could have been way cleaner.
Well, the rough thing is, they don't get to touch tier 1 tower or anything. Radiant went for this bold move. Kind of goes even. And Dire come out with like slight advantage towards the tail end. So they don't get to touch the tower. And now they're back to resetting lanes and trying to play towards the Torm in the bottom right corner.
Yeah, Luna, by the way, is doing what I said. She's going for the Aghanim Scepter build. Respect sees them going for the Tormentor. Keeps eye on them. And that is enough to just discourage them. Just him being there.
Earthspirit and Kotl, they're smoked
Go
up
through
top.
the gates.
The rest of the Radiant, yeah, come through the gate. Interesting position to be in, honestly. Anku blinks forward and then the smoke breaks. Yeah, HULIGANI realizing, hang on, there's far too many heroes around here. They've got the Dire Vision on the gate and in the lane, so they've seen it all coming.
I think they want to defend. If the push comes in again, the Luna will just TP and use the Aghanims to defend. This is a very nice timing. 21 minutes, having Manta, Mask Man as Ags, is super strong. I should say, the Murta is pretty damn farmed as well. She's only sitting 200 gold behind, so her timing is fantastic, but she hasn't hit it yet. The BKB is still 600 gold away, so if they make a move right now, it could be very decisive for HULIGANI.
Yeah, this could be team fight into Roshan. And a lot of scribbling on the map out of the Luna there, saying, hey, let's play into the enemy ancients, in towards mid lane. There are some high-profile targets here showing on waves. They've seen the Muerta. They'll know where the axe is up top, so they know this is a free entry to the fight on the clockwork, and they can keep on diving. They know there's no axe nearby. Queen of Pain is very distant, so it's just actually a quick snipe on the clock into tier 1 tower.
Tier 1 gone, so that's the last outer tower being removed for them. And of course, they're keeping both their side lane towers pretty healthy. Treant Protector has been on point, just spamming that living armor. while Luna has the Aghanim Scepter. She's not going crazy, still farming. This is a hybrid build, so just because you're going Axe doesn't mean you're going for any form of like full spellcaster. Just look for an opportunity to drop the ulti. Just gotta do that top again as the Axe has been spotted. Watch out for the blade mail damage though.
Yeah, gotta be wary of that. Respect is gonna get blown up by this Yowai BKB Muerta. Mirage also gonna get shredded. Oh, Essence Ring, Deadshot flies. That's not enough. Mirage barely stays alive.
Very close there.
I gotta respect this Muerta.
Queen with haste.
We're diving. We're looking for Sayush up at the top. Blinding light push back. Ethereal thinking about the continuation, blinking aggressively with a sonic wave, stolen loosened beam. They get the kill, but maybe now a lick back into aggressive play. Huligani not gonna go for it.
I'm a little bit disappointed Luna doesn't click ulti at any given point here. I feel like he could maybe have killed the Axe with the initial goal there, or at least when Queen of Pain is blinking down and killing your Caudal, force her to use her BKB. Drop your ulti on her, get that BKB down, because it's a 9-second BKB. It doesn't feel great for Queen to have to use it, and the cooldown is about the same as your Eclipse anyway. As a matter of fact, you know, he bought the Aghanims, had it for 3 minutes now, and hasn't found a chance to use it, which is, you know, it's super long range. It's pretty easy to see an opportunity for it.
Yeah, it's pretty sad not to use it.
Anyway,
no chance
good
to
stuff
go
for Cheeky.
Yeah, got that top tier one. Got to push out into that top jungle. Still no chance to get Torm or Roshan or anything. So we're getting all these BKBs up. Muerta, Quap, you've already said, have theirs. Luna closing in on hers, though, on the other side with the Earth Spirit. Hundreds of gold away. Once Huligani have them, team fights become a lot easier.
Yeah, Larvo's BKB is flying out. Luna's is the one missing along with Mirage and his Earth Spirit, but it's going to be a Tormentor versus Roche trade right now. So you're about to get the news that Roshan has fallen. Aegis on Muerta at this stage of the game feels amazing. Didn't die to the Aghanim's reveal. Hasn't, you know, hasn't really been slowed down much at all. I think Cheeky are in a pretty good spot.
If they can protect this Muerta through Axe, Rubik, Clockwork, they've got the tools to be able to reset or initiate for her. Yowai has all the items needed to dish out that damage.
Yeah, he has Hurricane Pike flying in, so that will help him not only be able to get to safety, but maybe chase people down as well, as one of the weaknesses of Muerta is getting kited. The aggressive Force Staff can be good too.
Every time I hear Axe call, there's something internal. You know, the blood pressure rises, your eyes wide open, pupils dilate. Oh, I used it on creep, never mind.
Seb! Oh, wait.
Just a sudden flash across my nervous system is like, Seb! No, never mind. He's just farming creeps, he's fine.
Yowai sneaking behind.
Mirage gonna roll away.
Yeah. He's not too bothered. He saw them walking a little bit too close to the tower there. They revealed themselves. You have to be wary. The tier 2 night vision isn't that low.
And they've tucked the Luna away over near the Ancients to farm out at the outpost. There's an amplified damage rune at bottom as well. So potential here for Huligani to gather up their forces and defend that top tier 2. Looks like that's what they're going to go for, with a smoke from mid lane with 3 of them. Treant and Luna need to find some way to join. Top tier 2 is taking a lot of damage, and they're slowly inching towards this.
I think they give it up. It's a little bit too late. Like, they're not quite in position to go and defend this. And unfortunately, they're in the worst kind of limbo where you want to defend, so you're running over, but you're also not defending it. So now they lost quite a bit of momentum.
Losing time on this amp damage rune as well. Would have loved to be able to use this with a Luna and get the Aghanim Scepter Eclipse going, but instead it's a tier 2 tower for Radiant. Cheeky Bamboni smoking up and maneuvering as 4 to push out this mid lane with Muerta, the only one showing. Dire Vision sees her coming, and Mirage going to make the immediate move straight onto Yowai, force a BKB. Overgrowth with that Sonic Wave onto 3 though. Eclipse flies in, Anisan and Yowai dropping low. The axe is pummeled down by Snowy. Ethereal has to blink away as Mirage goes rolling and chasing. Huligani have killed off 3 already. I thought this looked okay for the Radiant, but Yowai's now trapped and stuck. The displacement, the sustain and heals enough to withstand the initial onslaught. Huligani say no, absolutely not. We're gonna slay you.
Yeah, the Luna ulti and her auto attacks in that fight were just absolutely popping off. She got a very good positioning. Even though she got called, she had the safety as well of her own BKB and all the protection in the team. Overgrowth holding people in place. We can have a look again here. Despite the BKBs being used with Aegis, still a lot of damage coming through. And Murta just gets kited. Again, look at her. She tried to get some auto attacks out, but didn't really get to shoot much during that ulti.
Yeah, BKB roll from Earth Spirit, Yule Scepter and Force Staff from Kotl, the movement speed that they've got, Blink, Treant, this little frog just skipping and dancing around with a phase boots and a windlace. Luna doesn't even need a pike or a Force Staff, she just stands and delivers. Such a brick wall to run into, and even though you get some execution out of these Radiant heroes, just not enough to burst anybody.
We have seen tankiness be very, very good in a lot of these games, right? There's definitely no shortage of damage on either team, but I think you could easily say that Huligani is the tankier between the two. And a lot of games recently, this has been the case. Dude, that is just stupid. Okay, respect. He deserved that. He absolutely deserved it.
He did 100% deserve that.
What happened, Gareth? Why did he die?
So
Explain.
funny. Treant has Cloak of Flames, and he's like, oh, I've got a Radiance. I'm going to stand in Creep Wave and burn the creeps. Axe sees the creeps burning, and he's like, you know what? I'm just going to call and cull you. Chop down the stupid tree with my big old axe.
Oh,
he had a sentry ward. Fine. He saw him anyway.
Yeah, but, you know, it's so stupid. He wouldn't have stood there under the sentry ward had he just not gone in like this. He doesn't need to. Nature's Grasp is enough damage. It will push the creep wave.
Nah.
It is 12 seconds, 80 damage per second, and then sure, 35% less to creep, but 12 seconds is still a long time.
He deserves
to push like this.
He deserves that death, but you just know he's going to do that kind of move again in the future. I know I would.
He will.
I have Cloak of Flames. I'm going to freaking use it. It's gonna happen.
Anisan tanks the gank.
Yeah, Clockwork's gonna die. Trapped in the cage of his own design. Puts the cogs down to block the path, but it's still gonna get slapped into the ground.
Yeah, Earth Spirit rolls after, but can't really catch the Rubik, who rolls away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And there will be a scary power spike moment here again with Butterfly on the Luna. Not really there yet, but she's got enough gold for the Eagle song, so getting pretty close.
Yeah, getting to a point now where she's skipped ahead of the Muerta. A couple of 1,000 gold advantage now for Snowy off the back of these couple of team fights. I'm going to say Queen of Pain after that 0-3 start has recovered decently in terms of net worth. Being quite greedy on the map, taking a lot of the farm. Hasn't found any kills yet on Ethereal, which feels kind of sad though. 0-3-5 still.
Yeah, Queen of Support, the classic.
Apparently so.
I mean, his theoretical damage is very high in the fights, though.
Yoi.
Hold up, Berta.
Yeah, getting kicked around. Corrupted being chased by Anko, but this Muerta's being kited. Tries to Hurricane Pike down, gets to low ground into River. They've got an Eclipse and a Luna chasing forward in onto this Axe. Muerta's going to stand and try and deliver with a BKB up, but the Overgrowth just holds her in place while they dive onto Tier 2 tower. They've completely isolated this Muerta. The hard carry of the Radiant gets shredded while diving onto Tier 2. Corrupted. The Frog, he gets healed. The Dung doesn't land, still dies inside the cogs. Treant and the Largo for the Muerta so far, and it looks like Huligani going to say that's good enough.
Yeah, just gonna run away. A little bit unfortunate they lost the Treant there. He underestimated the damage of the Muerta. They had her fully locked down, but he walked in, got too close, got punished. I think that could have been executed a little bit cleaner. And Muerta was in such a bad position in the start of the fight. I'm surprised that TI15 managed to get a good fight out of it still.
Huligani just going a little bit too deep onto Tier 2. Tier 2's no joke. Trying to dive this far.
Yeah.
Largo could probably just have zoned them out and fallen back. You know, if they all dogpile the Muerta, she just dies and you run away.
Yeah, still though, it's again widening that gap between the Luna and the Muerta. If Muerta gets to a Butterfly plus Satanic timing, she will hit the power spike that every Luna is looking to play towards. Crack high ground with Satanic and Butterfly complete. And if you don't have MKB on Muerta by that time, it's hard to deal with her.
this
is
point.
queuing up a Satanic for herself. Makes a lot of sense since lifesteal works now even in the ulti form. Since a while back.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of sustain the Dire has, she's going to need some of her own just to have time in these fights to get the damage going. And both teams going to start thinking about this next Roche. We know he's a minute away. And Rubik just going to lift himself out of that potentially dangerous spot as the Lunar Illusions show on that top wave. Now we've got eyes in the forest for this Treant, so they're going to start seeing all the approaches and the advancement towards the pit. I think HULIGANI in a very good spot here to ready themselves for this next Roche engagement.
They really are, and they just got a massive item coming in as well. Seiyu has a Wind Waker. It was scouted right now by a rocket from Clockwork, but still, this is a massive item to have it 33 minutes in on a support, so this Coddle could save people against the Axe Call.
Yeah, for sure. That's great to have. And now it looks like they've broken the smoke. The Treant in position, and then he blinks away to push out the lane at the same time. That's why this hero's so strong. Gives vision through the shard. Eyes in the forest sees them coming. He's in position to smoke break without really committing anything. They're trying to chase him with a gem. Oh, okay, he's been found, but Respect has dragged the attention so far away from any objective that they're wasting all this time to catch a tree who cannot be found. He just tucks himself further into the forest.
Oh my god, it's so stupid. Cannot get him in the end. He gets to safety, and meanwhile, his team has set up a smoke move. All this space created.
Yeah, I mean, Anisan's just completely isolated. So you go chasing a tree and lose your Clockwork. And might just be losing out on Roshan here. Queen of Pain getting eyed up by the Luna. Kotl, Earth Spirit can't quite grab onto her. And forces the defensive blink, and now we pop into the pit.
She gets enough distance from the gank, but like you pointed out, this Roshan is the big thing to fight for. Queen doesn't really want to leave the area, but she doesn't have anyone nearby. Axe will TP in, but it feels like it's already almost too late. They see Roche HP though, that's really valuable. Knowing exactly how high his HP is, Queen could maybe steal with a blink and BKB.
I could try for it. It's an arcane rune Earth Spirit though, and Roshan's died. Aegis in the hands of Snowy. No chance of contesting for the Radiant.
Very nice advantage. This time the Aegis in the hands of Luna. We saw the Murta not have the best success with the Aegis, but Luna is more set up to utilize this to good success. Having the butterfly already. And not being too far away from the full Satanic. 2,000 gold to go.
Largo level 20 now as well. 2 catchy lick charges. Gonna be pretty nice.
And Largo also hit this Power Spike. We talk about how Wallachia Season 7, Power Spike was around 20 minutes for Largo. Now, I think it's around here. Like 35 was what I said back then, actually, or in our earlier game in this qualifier. And it's 35 minutes in. He's got BKB, Kaya Sanj, Shivas. Unkillable. How do you kill it? It's so hard.
Ethereal TP's in and blinks back. Well, Mirage has been blown up. That's what they were jumping for. Snowy is going to get licked back into Wind Waker save. Ethereal's pretty low with the BKB going. Muerta dealing with the Respect, forcing Treant back. It all kicks off in the blink of an eye, trading out the Earth Spirit for the Clockwork. Immediate damage is blowing people up, but now we've got Yoai Muerta without any save behind her. Has the BKB to run to high ground. They jump with the axe onto Corrupted now. Poking with the Lucent Beams from long range, and the Wind Waker buys a bit of time to save Corrupted's Frog to BKB and run it back. Ooh, crazy fight.
Crazy fight. Not too many kills happening, but I think they should be very happy on 4ikibamboni. That was a scary fight to take into the Aegis. They only lose their Clockwork and they get the kill on Earth Spirit, so pretty amazing execution.
And Luna did 8,700 damage.
It's a lot of damage, but they kited it fairly well. The moment they start dropping low, they just back out.
Now, my eyes were on the tower being pushed. Queen of Pain TP's like into the middle of them, then blinks away. I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, they're on the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, Earth got too close. He got caught by the telekinesis, lifted back into Axe Call.
Well, they've got a blink call on Snowy now. And Kotl is just behind the Luna, trying to offer some protection, but he's going to get zoned out by Ethereal. So this Luna is completely stranded. A Wind Waker buys a bit of time, but Sonic Wave is the damage there they needed. And now we've got a catch on the Kotl. 2 in a row for 4ikibamboni. Earth Spirit But Mirage, BKB, Blade Mail rolls straight on into the middle of them. Ethereal is going to go shiny golden himself as Anku steps back with a BKB of his own. Mirage, he's forced a reaction out of TI15, but he might be dying for it with the body blocks in the calling. Anisan holds him in there for Muerta to get the kill. And now another call.
Crazy.
The Treant dragged back in towards them. A dominating axe picks up another one. What a wild sequence of events. That bottom lane fight was crazy enough, but this top one was just madness.
Yeah, HULIGANI are dropping the ball pretty hard. Not playing close enough to each other. First down bottom, getting caught alone on the Earth Spirit, and his team not being close enough. And now they're walking in after the pickoff already happened. Luna was dead, Kotal was dead, and then he elects to go into 5 heroes alive. We get a replay of this. Luna had Satanic, couldn't use it for the first life. Second life, I'm almost surprised you did get a Manta into Satanic moment out here. What happened? Just Lift. Yeah. Lift gets Wind Wakered, and then the fear immediately grabs him so he couldn't get Satanic going.
Yeah, with no BKB. It's a good smoke, good timing for them to hit, as now
Back in live.
they're jumping onto high ground to try and grab Corrupted. And he's gonna be okay.
It's fine. Walks away.
Yeah, I mean, Mirage in this replay just mental, honestly. Getting body blocked on the way out. He forced some BKBs, sure, but it's not as though he's like stopping them from roshing or anything.
Yeah, he was hoping he could do more damage to them because some of the BKBs were expended for the Luna kill. He thought maybe, okay, they're weak enough that I can go in and do something now, but overestimating their capabilities. Win probability definitely has shifted quite a bit. Now saying 38% according to Dota Plus. I think maybe even higher. Right now it's near dead even, I would say.
What, 4 minutes ago it was 81% for HULIGANI?
Yeah. Yeah, it was looking really grim. I mean, the lead was massive. The Aegis was in the hand of Luna. The high ground push was coming with a Satanic on the way, but then they just split up and get picked off. So
Yeah.
that's what I mean. HULIGANI definitely missed an important timing there.
Handed a ton back to TI15. Look at the graphs just spiraling all the way back up, bringing us dead even pretty much. So now we're looking
And
at
Muerta.
Daedalus complete on Muerta.
Yeah, Daedalus and Satanic. Blink Dagger will be our next item. She's getting pretty fearsome.
Jump.
Oh, 2-hero call.
The two-man call. Kotal and Luna. He's going to get the Wind Waker off on Kotal. Snowy trying to stand and get the damage going, but a Sonic Wave pushback means Luna trapped in the cogs. Hang on, lifesteal, trying to get back up, but the crit lands. Yoi with a 1200 slap down, shoots Luna, hits the deck. And another move forward onto Corrupted. Finds a go here for TI15 to go and get freaky onto this frog. Collapsed, Corrupted. He collapses.
That was a fantastic fight for them, and the MVP is, you know, an unsung hero usually, a wounded hero. It's the Observer Ward. The little Sentry and Observer combination over there revealed them walking in. Axe patiently ignores the Treant, who he sees right in front of him, blinks on the backline, gets a 2-hero catch, just very, very nice stuff, and that was only possible due to this good ward.
And now they're straight up to high ground. They're the ones looking for this first lane. Tier 3 glyphed up. But we're looking at 50 seconds without Luna. That's 50 seconds with no high ground defense. It might be two sets.
This is definitely going to be at least top and mid, and they're looking to, you know, get more advantage. So probably going to swing out, get that bottom lane shoved in all the way, and take over the triangle. Suddenly, HULIGANI, what looked so promising, has just fallen apart.
Yeah, say goodbye to your buildings. They can't go bottom straight away. There's still a tier 1. Never mind the tier 2. That's at
A
full
pristine tier 1.
full HP, thanks to Treant. Well, that's a great swing out from TI15. I mean, going from this situation where HULIGANI felt almost an inevitable force going up high ground with an Aegis Luna looking to close out the game, just gets turned on its head.
Yeah, we get to elaborate a bit on what I've been talking about a lot as we see the win probability again. It's looking rough now. Now we get to this complicated thing of the carry-to-carry matchup where late game, like 6 slots, there's no way Luna is favored against Muerta. So you had to do stuff on the timing. That's why the Aegis play was so important. And now the Muerta is very close to being complete 6-slotted, and it's a super tough to man fight her.
And this axe with the jumps, making it problematic for Dire to try and react. Corrupted going to BKB and step back. Anku getting rooted up, but Yoa is going to stand with the BKB going. Has to retreat now, though, respecting HULIGANI as they've killed off the axe. And Yoa at half HP getting chased down as well. I'm gonna pop the ult, pierce the veil, and run people down, looking for a kill on Respect, but getting kited around tremendously with another Yule Scepter up and Mirage jumping in. They've got the damage and the control, but you see Titanic's back to full HP, kills Mirage. Yoi still going for it, but Luna has her number.
Yeah, that's how they're gonna have to do it. Kill off her teammates first, kite her for a long time, and then, you know, try and bring her down. It took a lot of effort, but they do get this Murta down. Some signs of life coming out from Huligani after what was, you know, a few bad fights in a row.
Why is the freaking Chuckle Brothers over here? To me, to you, to me, to you, passing back and forth this lead? Now, are we going to see Dire Team go and take some barracks? Or...
Passing quite a bit of damage as well, as both the carries did 10,000 damage in that last fight. So some serious numbers. Of course, the Satanic on both of them is kind of cheating, really. Printing HP on either side. I mean, you can get a lot of damage done when you're both healing.
That's true. I've got a long Roshan respawn as well, so plenty of time for more of these crazy team fights.
They're enjoyable. The initiation is very important, and targeting, of course.
Both squads going to look for control over the pit. Oh, you know, he's still pretty distant from respawning. But vitally important we get the lanes out right now.
Yeah, shouldn't underestimate the impact of Queen of Pain as we go late game here. I do think she becomes more of a powerhouse in late game than what we see from Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit is, you know, a good frontline body, but he doesn't quite scale to become this insane monster that Queen now with the Octarine Bloodstone is starting to look quite intimidating. If you ever stack up, you can get punished by her alone.
And Clockwork, his one job. Stand in the Roshan pit. One man, one desire, to know when the Roshan respawns.
The movie trailer for Clockwork.
It's such a boring.
It's just him sitting here. Yeah, the trailer is just literally this.
It's like a time lapse, right? You see the daylight nighttime shift, you know, stars flying above his head, the sun rises, the sun sets. It's still Clockwork standing here, waiting for Roshan to respawn.
Smoke coming in, though. They want to contest it. They don't know exactly when it's up. They don't have the Clockwork rockets for themselves. So they need to move over. Also, by the way, that Clockwork trailer of him just standing in the Roche pit, probably still better than most modern movie trailers. They reveal everything, man. Those trailers just spoil the entire show. It's like, okay, I feel like I've watched a movie now. I'm good.
Now, our trailer won't even show if Roshan respawns. You'll never know. You'll have to watch the movie to find out. It's Clockwork standing next to a swing set, looking dejected down at his feet. Well, the smoke doesn't lead to much, but we have shifted to nighttime, so the teams will shift to the other side of the map. Anku's Axe walking up high ground here. Quite bold with Ethereal and Anisan getting onto Mirage, though. A good start. Let's see if they can follow up with anything. BKBs galore. Overgrowth is good. Respect catches them all as they move on deeper. Mirage and Snowy standing and trying to get the damage back out onto UI. The Muerta forces in even further, getting deep in the midst of Huligani, but only the Axe has fallen so far. Buys back and returns. Treant traded out as UI finally gets something done. Mirage dying to the Queen of Pain in the back, but he's going to get the Cyclone into the sky to stay alive until the final touch from Ethereal will bring him down again. Another jump, a Clockwork hook shot, trying to catch out Snowy. Luna, what we've got left? Satanic in 5, Manta ready, tries to stay alive, but the dunk is there. Axe gets the kill. Buybacks are ready for Luna and Largo, but Mirage is going to roll into the Ethereal Anku duo and dead with no buyback himself.
Fantastic fighting coming out there. Nice patience as well from both teams, actually, at first. They don't want to be the first one to use their BKBs and overcommit to the fight. So we saw Luna backing out, trying to play it tentatively, forcing out the Queen BKB. But ultimately, this clumped up team fight against an Axe, against a Queen, against Murta with the calling, it is not easy to fight in that spot. Look at the damage both Queen and Murta did. Holy. 10 blinks, yeah, 2 Bloodstone uses.
What a wild game. Madness.
I mean, late game Queen is one of the most fun things to play as well. You just get to do so much, blinking back and forth, in and out into this fight.
Are now looking for the third lane. Cheeky Bamboni. Already with 2 sets of racks to their name, pushing up this bottom lane high ground. 50 seconds, no Earth Spirit. Now they know he died back. Luna can buy back, but I don't know if she really wants to without the full arsenal of abilities behind her. So we'll wait this one out, and it's Mega Creeps on the menu.
With Aegis and 5 people alive, if you don't have Earth Spirits, there's no point buying back here, so you're just gonna accept the Mega Creeps, but you need to put up a fight before the Earth Spirit respawns, I think. 30 seconds is too long. Yeah, go for the throne.
That's a long timer. Watching that clock tick down. And it's like it's 4:55 p.m. waiting for that 5 o'clock to hit. The time starts to move slower and slower as the clock shifts down. Your eye just hits your buildings and kills off all the tier 4s. Exposed throne now.
Yeah, damage being done from pretty far away as well from this Aegis Murta.
Well, double lick back, but no follow through yet. The
He
ancient.
wants to heal up. Next creep wave, he could Satanic on the Murta, get the full HP. Because right now it's very low.
And Banner is dealt with finally by Snowy. And creep wave respawning in about 5 seconds. And Huligani, they're advancing, trying to de-ward this area, hold a plateau around their throne. Don't allow these barbarians to get back up the staircase. They are up against Mega Creeps now, and they are backs against the wall. Ethereal's going to start poking with the blink and the daggers, calling on the ground as well, making life a little annoying for Snowy.
Watch for Rubik. He has stolen Overgrowth still from the previous fights. He could potentially get a massive impact in this next team fight.
By just watching their throne get clicked by UI, though, this Aegis Murata loses her first life. The Eclipse from Luna clears her out. But look for the axe. The hookshot misses. Anko is trying to find an opening as UI. BKB ready. Static charge used out of the Mjolnir. Now shiny and golden with a blink call on Mirage. They're aiming for this Earth Spirit to take him out, but a Yule Scepter. Wind Waker buys some time. Respect Sunstar. Doesn't get the Overgrowth down. Ancient not being focused down at Mirage. He's the first one to fall as UI clears up Snowy as well. GG straight up called. They'll buy back the Luna after calling GG. But the game is over already. Cheeky Bamboni take game 1.
No more games, says UI as they win this game. Very impressive stuff coming out.
We'll find out how things pan out. Cheeky Bamboni, 1 game to the good here in his best of 3. Lower bracket on the path to the international from the European region. Huligani, the favorites heading into this, down a game, definitely got to pick things up and make sure they shore up, patch up all the holes and exploits that they left in that game 1 and figure out how to maneuver here in game 2.
Yeah, I think they have some nice tools to work with, though. It's typically common to see these 4+1 lineups. It's not 4 protect 1. It's 4 go fight somewhere and 1 do something else. So Spectre gonna farm and chill whenever she doesn't have ulti. She's just gonna be, you know, jungling away, working on this Radiance timing. And the rest of the draft is really good at just going together and fighting. Treant, Protector, and Caudal. And once you get, you know, Mech perhaps on the Darkseer as well, you can go really high pace.
UI. Smoke already breaks. They know that somebody's around here. They're going to guess it's the Treant, lurking in the shadows of the trees.
Yeah, not gonna plop down the sentry. Probably a wise choice to hold on to sentries. I like a sentry on the mid lane just to try and de-ward, but throwing one there, it's quite likely you don't catch a tree anyway.
Yeah, so Drow Ranger takes the long path all the way around to the secondary stream to get to a tier 1 tower. Radiant Vision has kept tabs on Ethereal and Anisan. I got the 2-for-2 bounty runes. Like Ember Spirit with a slight there, trying to go for the slight tech, where you can slight and pick up the rune on someone, but doesn't get it.
It's a cute attempt, but that does mean that he's Sleight of Fist now on the lane, which is probably fine. He could try to Sleight of Fist dodge the Scatter Blast, I guess.
And Anisan on this Ogre, I'm suddenly realizing there's a tri-lane set up here. They wanted the Drow, but they walk into the big, fat, double-headed Ogre Magi. He drops to 150 health, but he's going to survive.
Actually pretty nice to get him so low, because now he has to be careful. The Caudal auto attacks don't normally do that much damage, but when you start out with, you know, 30% of your HP pool, this lane is actually kind of dangerous. And isn't this pause super unfortunate for him? Look at the double Iron Shell next to a range creep that's dying. They have Blinding Light ready. Don't they just push him into the 2 creeps?
Yeah, might just do. You think he dies?
I don't think he dies. I think he's gonna live with like very little HP. This
How much?
is already looking grim for him. If he
73
runs,
health.
Yeah, I think roughly like 60 HP, 50 HP, he'll probably live, but it's gonna hurt. Level 1 Iron Shells aren't insanely strong, but you don't want to be next to both of them.
He doesn't want to be first blood, but he probably doesn't want to be stuck around in this lane with such low HP.
Get him, admin.
I think the reason of the
State
pause
your
is Snapfire has disconnected. I don't know where.
We would like to play 5v5.
Yeah, it was a very, very sudden snap disconnect, so internet drop. This sounds about right. So Snapfire in that mid lane against the Ember Spirit. And he's going to reconnect now. Ethereal already sat at one last hit. Ember, same story. We'll see how they're able to manipulate that wave, though, as Mirage is going to give a couple of clicks to Ethereal early on.
Yeah, gonna have to auto attack a lot, but there's that sleight of his dodge on the scatter blast. Good stuff from Mirage.
And Ogre Magi
to dodge like 1 or 2. Yeah, he lived, but barely.
20 health. Now Seyo's actually getting frost arrowed pretty low, but he's dragged the wave. Doesn't get to block the small camp though. Usually when you're doing this, you want to make sure that small camp is unreachable. But Anisan has access to both camps. And where is Ogre actually going?
I mean, he's just trying to prevent people from messing with the pool here, going on from Drow, so...
Yes, that's forward, scouts out.
It's a bit awkward. He's very low resources, and Seo might be able to steal this. Use Blinding Light and last it? Nope.
No.
Nothing.
No, he blocked up the camp, though. Removes the enemy sentry, keeps this camp blocked up.
Wait, no, I couldn't.
Just got to try and make sure this small camp is inaccessible as well. And does mean the Darkseer behind his own tier 1 tower gets a few additional last hits in complete safety and can start stacking camps for himself as well.
You can stack both here if he wants. If he uses Iron Shell on the Ancients, he could stack the Ancient camp as well. He's gonna try. There we go.
Yeah, should be good.
Very nice. Of course, the level 1 Iron Shell doesn't really kill any Ancients, but this is preparation for later. If you get like a triple, quadruple, maybe even a pentastack on the Ancients, and the Iron Shell can clear it later on.
Pretty close in that mid lane, so we'll keep eyes down at bottom where Snowy 9-1. I'm dealing with a Wind Ranger and a Largo. Snapfire 14-2. Not able to really bully this Mirage Ember Spirit too much. With Flame Guard and Living Armor, he's actually stayed quite healthy and even gets a D-ward for himself in that mid lane.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, that if he just sleight of his dodges like 1 or 2 scatter blasts, I think he's gonna be completely fine in HP, staying high enough that the bullying doesn't really bother him. And then it's just a farm trade, which Ember is very happy with.
Ogre Magi is zoning Darkseer away while Kotl continues to try and drag waves. No straight heads up laning here.
Ogre is like, what can I do? I can't really stop it. There's not much that you could possibly do.
I wish I was a Bane, not an Ogre Magi at this point.
Oh, Bane, Shadow Demon, Pugna, whole mid lane. Blood Grenade off the mark. Wait for him. Misses, but the power shot lands.
Yeah, I should still have enough here. He's got chains out of
Scatter Blast
Mirage,
soon.
but the body block's coming in. Scatter Blast out from Ethereal. Mirage pops the Fairy
He's
Fire and a
bottling.
bottle charge to try and get up to high ground,
Oh.
but they'll keep chasing him with a Cookie and Waveform with the final touches. There's First Blood.
Yeah, that was close. If he got the sleight of his dodge on the Cookie, I think he lives because of the living armor, but in the end he does go down. Took a lot of doing though.
Yeah, now Waveform completely out of resources. Probably going to go stack and then head to Fountain and think about the place that she wants to go to. It does leave the Anku Largo alone. 15-8 currently, but Treant and Spectre could maybe shut him out of lane for a little bit.
Yeah, Waveformers can go and take one of the water runes. So Ethereal will get the other one.
Yeah, back to full resources for that Snapfire.
So far, pretty free game for the Drow Rangers, though. This is why I don't like Darkseer pick into Drow Ranger so much, because you pretty much know that she's gonna free farm. She is very good against Darkseer in laning stage. Yes, Darkseer can find his own farm, and they're preparing jungle stacks for him and whatnot, but you're basically just accepting that she's gonna have a good game on Drow.
Yeah, I guess I don't mind it, because it's kind of difficult to find a duo that does well against a Drow, like a Drow Clock or Drow Ogre. We had, what was it, Clockwork? No, it was Undying Rubik
Oh, wait,
that we
no.
saw, actually. No, that's SF lane, wasn't it? My mind is all over the place today.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a different one, but Darkseer kind of low HP. Gonna be fine, though. Multi-shot on cooldown.
Just does so much damage in lane. Trying to find a way to harass her out or get on top of her is pretty challenging. 37-11. Having a crack in time. A 1k lead already here for Cheeky Bamboni. Largo has got himself to phase boot, so I think he's gone over that bridge of danger against this Treant and Spectre. It was a pretty slow defensive lane. You know, just heal the Spectre up, keep her farming. But 25-1, not a tremendous amount of last hits for Snowy when you compare her to Drow.
Yeah, it's the Bloodlust difference as well, right? You have Steroid for farming on Bloodlust, and then you have Protection in Living Armor. And if you're a carry, you would rather have Steroids than Protection. You need to keep going here and just get CS. So Spectre will have to work hard to get whatever she can. Gets contested on big camp though. Anko steals the big creep away from him.
Nicely done. Mid lane, level 6 is hitting. Ethereal got his that bit faster, of course, with the pressure and the kill over on Mirage. Ember Spirit's about to get there, needs another creep to die. And he's gonna finally reach Remnant situation with a jump over towards Annie-san, get some damage onto the Ogre Magi. And Ethereal's low on mana here, pops the one to allow him to get a Scatterblast and a cookie ready. But he doesn't have what it takes to deal with Mirage, who says, okay, you're trying to gank me? I don't think that's happening. I've got a Kotl behind me.
Yeah, Living Armor and the Chakra. And also the DD rune was missed by Waveform. He walked over the DD rune and left it for Respect, who took it and then started punching into him. So Treant Protector just zoning out the Wind Ranger in that exchange as well. Now he's looking to go over and set up for a Wisdom Steal. Wants to sneak across here. Has to wait for the creeps to pass.
Dire's bottom tower
Looks like he's thinking better of it. He's like, nah, not happening.
Do you think someone at Valve placed trees specifically, or like tested Treant to see and make sure they can walk from one tree line to another?
There have actually been small adjustments where they're like literally added one tree here or removed one tree there. So yeah, there are definitely places that are designed with tree in mind.
I remember like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, Treant often struggled and Treant had to buy Tranquil's Windlace, right? In order to like bridge the gap between one tree line to another. Now it feels like he never has that problem. He's just always invis. What's this? A Shaka shot into Kisses? Yeah, nice setup with a lick coming in. It's moved Snowy away from Mortimer's lava globs, but they've got enough of them to bring the Spectre down.
No real response on the mid lane, but however, they're actually gonna lose out Koro as well on top. Good strike on both the lanes. Specifically on the Treant thing, they did change him at one point to give him more time between going revealed. So you can see he could walk out of the trees for quite a while and not get revealed instantly.
Yeah, that's true. Guys. Shield rune for Ethereal. So he goes bottom, gets a kill on Spectre. Back towards mid to gather the shield rune and bully this Ember Spirit back a bit. Drought Ranger also getting that, kill up at top lane on Kotl puts UI at 4,400 net worth, 8 minutes in.
That's insane. He is so farmed, by the way. Like, for a carry to have this amount of CS at 8 minutes is crazy numbers. Sitting at 77 last hits at 8 minutes, this is absolutely absurd. Almost keeping 10 per minute in this part of the game is, that's
like unheard of.
Since there's only 8 lane creeps, alright, per minute.
That's crazy stuff. Well, hunting this Kotl now. There's no TP. Sayosh not going to get hit by the power shot, but Waveform's going to walk back into him. Oh, he doesn't see him. Night vision. It's too dark by the trees. Kotl very thankful to scrape away with his life there.
And it's just level 1 Bloodlust, by the way. They keep spamming. The Ogre Magi is still going back for Ignite because he kind of wants to be useful on his own, not put all his eggs in the same basket. I think it's a smart choice. Just level 1 is already very good for the Bloodlust.
And after an early laning stage lead, looks like Cheeky Bamboni just going to sit back and farm a little bit through the jungle. Protect these cores who need to get to that initial item. Largo goes jungle, then back to fountain. Drow Ranger goes from lane to creeps. And that leaves the support kind of open here. Ogre, Wind Ranger can pair up with his Snapfire now. Every time Kisses are ready, they could look for these kills on core heroes. As long as they can isolate one of Huligani.
Yeah,
good move by Treant, though.
Spectre.
Respect walks straight into the smoke gank. I think he's going to be all right with that. Make sure none of his cores die. As long as Snowy is able to get out of his bottom lane alive, which I'm not sure is the case, the damage from the Drow, it's too much.
That's the play right there. He tanked one gank, but he can't tank both. Nice move through the gate coming in. And this is the advantage. Drow is a little bit stronger early on.
They've got a solar bind on this ethereal Snapfire mid lane. Already spent the cookie, but 700 HP remains. Wall dropped on the Wind Ranger now as waveform. Wind Run already expended, so getting burst down. Finally finished off, but the kisses are landing onto the stunned Mirage Ember Spirit. He'll slide and try and dodge some of the danger. 200 health left. Follow through lacking a little bit there from Cheeky Bamboni. They don't have the gap closed, whereas Snowy does. Immediate jump in onto this snap to find a kill for Mirage.
That's very nice right there, coming in with the punishment. Meanwhile, though, while all this is happening, pressure is still on the bottom tower. It does fall in the end, and now they can TP mid if they want. Drow and Wind Ranger coming in.
Yeah, come back in with a shackle shot on Spectre. They'll surge up Snowy, turns and burns back onto Yowai. They realize, hang on a second, we can fight this. Drow Ranger's TP'd into die. Ogre has fallen.
Wow. The Ember doing so much this early on. The Coddle spamming the Chakra for the Sleight of Fist spam as well. Sleight of Fist and Flame Guards. A lot of damage.
Yeah, Iron Shell on this Ember Spirit as well, doing a ton.
Yeah, I did say that, you know, watching Largo and what he can do is going to be a big thing. Largo, I don't know if he didn't have TP or if he just didn't want to TP, but I expected him to TP mid with the Drow Ranger to defend this, but he didn't show up, so the Dispel wasn't there. They just get punished. I seriously think he's going to be the key hero right now. Like, if you don't have him in a fight, this Ember with the Spirit Vessel and Flame Guard, Searing Chains, all these different tools, he's very, very strong right now.
He's very potent. There's also this situation, you know, whenever a Haunt is down, there's that chance for Cheeky Bamboni to go play aggressively. Because that was a pretty big moment to strike from the Radiant. Top lane Arcane for Mirage, immediately smoking up and surging him as well as they sprint into action up north. Treant is leading and scouting, trying to keep tabs on the Drow Ranger, who they might just walk into. Yeah, Yowai Raw, he runs left, he's walking right into them, sprints on top of Mirage basically. Throws the gust, but the overgrowth comes in, and a quick follow through. Snap smoke gank out of this Huligani side leads to a second kill on Drow in quick succession.
Making it look easy, and yeah, the Drow may have had a million CS in laning stage, but we've seen people dominate laning stage and then just kind of not connect in the mid game. That's twice now that she gets taken down in, like you said, short succession. It's really gonna slow down her game, and meanwhile they can look to open this top tower.
And crack it open, get themselves the net worth lead, and play through that top lane, which is great for the Darkseer, who loves farming these ancient camps, jungle camps, pushing lane, gathering all the resources he can. Top of the net worth already is corrupted with Greaves ready. He's set.
Yeah, sustainability difference. Having Coddle plus the Treant with living armor, and then now the Greaves, as you pointed out, I think they can just start going together a lot. Like 5-man Dota, or at least 4-man Dota, and just have Spectre hop in and join for ganks. Speaking of Spectre, she has Relic coming in, so closing in on her Radiance. 1200 gold away. Looks fantastic for her timing.
And going for the greed build, 404. We've seen a few people go for this like Shadow Step in lane, depending if they have a lane they can play active in. But as you've been saying, with a Treant, with his heal, the sustain difference, just very sit back and farm for Snowy. Ember Spirit gonna jump away from the Frog and the Wind Ranger in the mid lane. Corrupted. I'm thinking about the Greaves and the wall drop here on Ethereal. They've got him. The Snapfire disappears, and there's Anko Largo getting eyed up with a Spirit Vessel charge on him. Ember Spirit, with another slight chains, could easily catch up here with a two-man grab onto Anisan and Anko. It's dangerous territory for Cheeky Bamboni. They'll sustain themselves through it, though. Nobody after Snap dying, but a real signal there from the Huligani side. We don't even need our Spectre to really come in and join.
Yeah,
Anisan's still dying. The Ogre's getting punched around. Urn is on him. No, he's gone.
Iron Shell on the tree as well, as a lot of damage coming in. But like I said, this Guardian Greaves already is very early, and it's hard to fight into. They don't have enough single target burst damage on the side of Cheeky Bamboni to burst through. And if you only have AoE damage, like a lot of AoE abilities on their team, then that only increases the value of the mech component of the Guardian Greaves, right? Healing everybody.
That's good. And Snowy pushes that bottom wave all the way out. then returns to Ancients to farm. Gonna get a bit of help from the Kotl here as well. The Chakra restore some of that mana pool. Heal him up with his Holy Locket, which is done.
Doing some nice stuff, by the way, with the Darks here. They put the Iron Shell on the Treant all the time, and he's just running around in the jungle, moving up to a creep camp to farm it. Speeding up his Darkseer's level farming and speeding up his own leveling.
And TI15 kind of pumping the brakes a little bit, saying, okay, we're being run over. We need to just sit back, farm some ancient camps, now regroup, join together as 5, and play through this mid lane. I'd love to go and gather this mid tier 1 tower, but they need to bring numbers to do it. And Drow Ranger has finally finished Manta style.
Here is the Blink Dagger, which, you know, I've said stuff about before. I don't think the Blink is that terrible. I like that he at least went power threats. You know, it's not stuck on Brown Boots, Snapfire.
Yeah, it was the Brown Boots Blink, which was kind of, what's going on here?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, not the biggest fan of that, but he will, of course, work towards Shard next item. Needs to get more farm speed. Shard is a fantastic tool.
Crippling crossbow for the Darkseer. Can hobble the Largo. Reduce some of that restoration of health.
It's a good active. Easy to forget using it. I see a lot of pro players also forget to use it, but it's overall a pretty damn strong tier 2 item.
No respect, a little bit too far. Crosses the bridge into the dire side of the map, basically.
Yeah, for someone named Respect, he's pretty respectless walking in like this, just playing opponent's side of the map, but it's what a Treant wants to do. Spectre, walking base, now gonna get full HP, so ulti is ready. Maybe she wants to get level 2 ulti as well, though. Very close to getting that level 2 before she uses it.
And Treant at least got some valuable information about the high ground ward there, which he pings out. He knows he was spotted somehow.
Yeah.
We get ourselves a second crippling crossbow. Ember Spirit picks one up as well. Let's see if they can target down this Largo and go hunting on frogs. There's some frog spearing down in the Everglades.
Hunting frogs with crossbow. Seems overkill.
It sounds like some Louisiana, Mississippi shit, right? You go out into the bayou, you get onto one of those hovercrafts with a crossbow, start hunting frogs. We got frogs and gators out here. We're gonna shoot them down with some crossbows.
Oh, was it in the US? They're hunting hunting boar from helicopter.
Are they really?
Yeah, calling them pork choppers.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not even kidding, by the way.
That is such an American thing.
They have a swine problem. Too many boar. So
too many razorbacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Beastmaster's been busy breeding the boars.
We have too many in Dota as well. That's why I picked Gyrocopter to hunt my boars.
Yeah.
And they're actually good against the boar. See, it makes sense.
Lore accurate, real life imitates art. I found the Drow Ranger. Oh, Yoi, Solarbind, the Haunt, the jump on in. And now you're kind of in disarray as TI15. You wanted to play around your Drow, but Anku's Frog has been isolated further south, corrupted in a Mirage on his tail, while Anisan is pummeled into the ground by Snowy. As just one by one falling apart, they'll drop the wall and heal up the Spectre. Plenty there with the Essence Ring and the Greaves to take down Ethereal. 3 in a row, the Frog will make the 4th. As this Wind Ranger's the only one left standing, running as far as she possibly can away from the onslaught. And HULIGANI, 5k lead, is going to accelerate quickly. This game is spiraling so fast.
It really is. The carry difference right now is pretty big as well. Sure, Spectre is less farmed than the Drow, but effective strength, the Radiance is so good on Spectre. And they tried to burst her, but with all the heal they have, it's pretty hard to get her down to 0. And she's chasing away from him. Almost surprised she didn't jump to it there and throw a dagger at him. Too busy CSing.
Oh, there's farm to be had. Well, I won't find the team wipe.
The danger of first picking Drow, right? You went into this game, picked Drow immediately because it's a broken carry. But if you pick Drow and the enemy have multiple heroes who can get on top of you, you might just die. And that's exactly what happened in that team fight. Ember jumps in, Spectre has ulti, Darkseer runs in, everybody's suddenly on top of you, and Drow doesn't do well in that situation.
Yeah, because you feel so strong as Drow when you're able to stand there and click people. No one's touching you. I'm king of the world, queen of this high ground. As soon as you've got your Ember Spirit, Spectre, Treant, Darkseer literally on your head, it doesn't feel so good now, does it?
Yeah, and Corrupted, by the way, can we talk about his farm on this Darkseer? Like,
That's
it
wild.
is... It's kind of scary. 12k net worth on the Darkseer right now. He almost has a full Shivas. And Shivas, of course, amazing choice against Drow. She has the, you know, piercing base armor component. But if you get a lot of bonus armor, suddenly you can't get killed by Drow that easily.
I know it's early. It feels like we're heading to game 3.
Yeah, no, I have the same unshakable feeling here. Drow dying 3 times, Snapfire not having a good game. I'm looking towards which core is going to have some game-deciding impact from the side of Dire.
It's just, if we take game 1 into account, I think that unshakable feeling does get a little wobbly.
Yeah.
HULIGANI have shown that they can definitely make some unforced errors, but if they're allowed to keep running the map like this with vacuum back after overgrowth, trying to blow up the Largo, Solar Bind into Spirit Vessels, plenty of damage, and Mirage has the slight catch on the Wind Ranger in the back. Defend the tower, Living Armor it back up, and 4ikibamboni making a small move and getting punished heavily for it.
Yeah, right now I think that they're very much on the money with their play. You were right that in the previous game they dropped the ball, but here looks like they're playing very nicely together, and that's one thing that Spectre kind of passively enforces when you pick Spectre. Like, your team will naturally just run together and look for ways to set up for Spectre ulti, and that was one of the problems they had last game. They split up a little bit too much.
Well, straight towards Tormentor. Plenty of sustain here, and damage out the Spectre.
It is
finish
not
off the
the
tour.
fastest Torm, but they have a lot of sustain, like you mentioned. They'll be fine.
And the classic scan connects as the Tormentor dies. Yeah, okay. Well, you know for sure they're down there.
What a good shard to get for free as well. The Treant shard. The shard has been nerfed a little bit, but still very, very good. Vision is always king in Dota.
It's so helpful for this Ember Spirit and Spectre to find their targets. Oh, now we're looking at Amplified Damage Rune to refill the Ember's bottle. You can imagine here with smoke on the Kotl, they could go and make a move somewhere. The Treant is already scouting out in that top area of the map. And Drow Ranger, it could be a target they go on.
She's a nice target if they get the vision on her. She gets her fresh Bloodlust coming in, and maybe Ogre can tank the gank. Darkseer's close though. Barely didn't get vision. I
Run!
think he would blink immediately if he saw her.
Run!
Oh,
my
he
God,
gets
you're
her.
right. And he gets the medallion put on him. Bloodlusted, shielded, protected, and gets the distance.
A little bit defensive there, yeah. Nice dust, or nice gust connecting, silencing up the Darkseer. I thought he would blink forward anyway and just, you know, commit with a Spectre jump, but they let her live this time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Ultimately, Dire are not in a completely terrible spot. They just need to get the value out of their Drow's farm.
And Waveform's having a pretty tough one, though. Wherever he goes, the Ember follows, and it's a pretty simple kill. So follow through on that Wind Ranger. But yeah, once the Drow gets like Silver Edge and then I guess BKB afterwards, things definitely change in terms of dynamic. But it's the fact that we're only talking about Drow. Like Snapfire is kind of fallen off. Largo doesn't do too much right now. It is a much later timing that 4ikibamboni are waiting for. And it's that waiting period that's very scary against a team that can swarm, that can take objectives, and is just absorbing and hoovering up the entirety of the map with a 10k lead now. HULIGANI have Aegis on the Spectre.
Aegis in hand, can feel completely safe to play really aggressive, has the Manta style as well to accelerate the farm even more. Spectre is massive, but with Drow and Spectre both being, quite farmed, Drow having 14,000 net worth even, the entire net worth difference is really coming from the off lane, where we see this 15k Darkseer. Absolutely enormous. Largo taking his moment, we talk about how he hits his stride around 10 minutes from now, is normally what we see. Darkseer is already so powerful already.
Largo and Drow get to find a little pocket of farm down south. Just trying to find any way to weasel across the map.
I think they're sniffing out the Largo right now.
Yeah.
The smoke is coming in. They're gonna see him.
And dancing little froglets. Can they offer
Dispel
protection to
number
Anku? He's had the crossbow thrown at him. Lotus Orb already
Dispel number
expended.
2.
He's pretty tanky, but they've got a Darkseer arriving from the west. No, they can't follow. Can't chase him. That tier 1 still standing means there could be a response, and they're going to respect it.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah, he's a hard hero to lock down at least. When you don't have any proper stuns, like Radiant only have these roots or solar binds to rely on, then Largo is pretty free to go. They cannot hold you against your will, Largo.
He realized the pot was hot. Just going to hop on out. Spectre, jumping mid. Not only getting aggressive on this Wind Ranger, but dodging the gank that was approaching her from that top lane.
And down bottom. They got the kill this time. Largo not gonna be as lucky.
Two quick kills.
And quickly into a push on mid lane. They have the catapult alive, and sadly TI15, even though they have the good farm, just feels like they can't really get together and take any fights.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It really just is such an awkward period where you are legitimately waiting for Drow to make the call and say, I'm ready. It's just, please, give me time, give me space. You know, die for me. Die for me, peasants. Let the queen gather up all the farm.
Radiant's top tower is under
That's what Largo, Ogre, Wind Ranger have to do. They've got to play the map. They've got to be out there somewhere pushing waves and making a bit of space.
tower has fallen.
And if that means it's at the cost of their life, then so be it.
I'm looking back at this Snapfire and just thinking to myself that the Spectre is just always going to have her number, right? The Blink, Kaya, BKB build. I think you just get jumped by Spectre and it's going to be very difficult to stay alive.
Now, TPing down here onto Snowy, though. Aegis Spectre losing a lot of that first life immediately, but the vacuum corrupted with the overgrowth, the combo! Huligani come in hot! Destroy Anisan first up. Largo's gone, the Drow very low, being dived in towards the fountain. Spirit Vessel Sleight of Fist finishes her off on the staircase. Doesn't even get to lift her foot up the first step. Ethereal now, BKB and Cookie back into fountain. You're being dived in your freaking base. The hooligans have arrived. Need to put an Asbo on them.
The hooligans are definitely here in force, and that was with the overgrowth only connecting on 2. Even so, we saw how strong the combo is. The wall, vacuum wall into overgrowth is crazy powerful. This is why they haven't really been going for these team fights as well. And with the Coddle healing everybody up, the push is still going.
I mean, the Shackle Shot Mirage, I don't think it matters all that much. Tier 3 already taken down, and no rush here from Huligani.
They have the Spectre ulti available as well. There was a fight without the Spectre ulti as it was used in the previous pickoffs. Definitely concerning stuff if you're a TI15 fan. Look at this from Darkseer though. Beautiful stuff.
They waited for a perfect moment.
Yeah, and then Ember. Ember just sees Drow and his eyes go red. Look at him. He does not let up. He stays on her. She gets cookied back. It does not matter. Focus fire, I do not care. And Mage Slayer, I think, is what kills her in the end there. The tiny bit of DPS from Mage Slayer at the very end kills her.
Salivating. Come here. He's also going to find Wind Ranger in the mid lane. She'll Glimmer Cape and Wind Run, but dead to Corrupted with that Shiva's Guard. Darkseer, 8011. 18,000 net worth. You've been pointing it out, this Corrupted guy having a cracking game with a first pick Darkseer. I guess this is why. You see the Drow Ranger and you say, all right then, it's Darkseer time.
Yep. I mean, a lot of times when we see Darkseer picked early, a counter pick comes out, right? Some Oracle or whatever to dispel, and we didn't have that in the lane, so he wasn't necessarily dealt with by Cheeky Draft. But yeah, I didn't expect him to have this good of a game. He's insanely strong. The Haghanim Scepter is online now, so now he can do that thing, blinking in, hitting the Drow, and I honestly think he can solo kill her.
That would be pretty nasty if that happens.
I mean, wall plus the punch is a lot of damage from the illusions coming out.
Yeah, it is.
Replica damage is 90%. You get held in place a little bit by Shiva's vacuum and the slow from the punch.
I'm not questioning if he can. I'm just saying if it happens, Drow's going to be very upset.
Yeah, big frown.
Anisan licked back. Still in the Will-O-Wisp. On another?
Oh, another 4.
They walked into a massive vacuum. Corrupted says, all right, fair enough. Cheers, mates. We'll take that every day of the week. Oh, I'll just call it now, honestly. Huligani are running roughshod over Cheeky Breeky Bamboni Zamboni. Wrong, says Snowy. as they wipe them off the face of the map.
That was crazy. Again, how do we get 2 4-man vacuums like that? Corrupted. Amazing plays coming out. And I don't see a way they lose this at all. Their team fight is so clean. The way they execute this. And now they have the Aghanims on Caudle as well. That's just one more thing to deal with. And they are not even dealing with what was already here.
It just reeks of desperation though, doesn't it? Like that bottom lane 4-man vacuum, that's all corrupted.
Yep.
This top one, they walked into him. You know, he's sitting
really
there in the stream, flourishing, hydrated, super happy with his life. 4 enemy heroes
In
walk
his
towards him?
elements.
How dare they?
Yeah.
You hit a wall. Well, the pointy-headed, purple cone-head boy comes in and does it again. Top of the net worth. 23k lead over here for HULIGANI as they try and get up to the high ground for another lane of barracks. Top is cleared out. Bottom is without tier 3, but mid is what they're aiming for. Spectre and Ember Spirit on the front line. Knowing how strong they are right now, it feels like TI15 have very few responses.
Yeah, I mean, they need Drought to be auto-attacking non-stop. And at this stage, there's so much survivability. There's this Shivas, there's the Skadi, there's a lot of tankiness.
And kisses onto the Spectre.
Oh, nice shot.
Standing up. Snow, he's going to get forced after low ground, though. Mantis runs away, and now it's open season for Mirage to go in deep, hunting, and another move from Corrupted. Gets the grab on, even more of them. Mirage has the ultra kill, wants the rampage. Waveform is getting gap closed on. Mirage salivating again. He knows he can taste it. The Spirit Vessel ticking her down. The game ends before she dies, but I'll say I will give it to him. The rampage for Mirage at the end of the game.
I don't think he gets that one.
There's the potential to throw away any kind of lead you've got.
Yeah, I mean, the TB is probably just a comfort zone as well for Snowy. Is one of the heroes that he enjoys playing a lot, but getting counterpicked by Underlord is a horrible feeling. It's a great hero against the Terrorblade, so we'll see how well he can get online here.
Yeah, just to reiterate,
pre-draft, I was Team Hooligan, but now I feel cheeky. You know, I feel a bit cheeky going into this.
You feel a bit cheeky-breaky, a bit of Zamboni going on. Very nice.
Cheeky-breaky.
Yeah. Again, reiterate where we are. Lower bracket. Game 3 in a best of 3. Elimination on the line for whoever loses this. And whoever wins moves forward to play against Enjoy in lower bracket round 2. So you put yourself, 3 series away from TI if you're able to win this one. It's a bit of a longer road down there, but and the path well traveled, enjoyed by these journeymen in Dota 2 as we already get ourselves smoked up and prepared for this laning stage.
Yeah, and Clock is gonna go and check the high ground. We'll run into Bane, who could maybe get a Nightmare onto him, pull him back.
And drag him in towards Anku and Waveform. Throw Blood Grenade and a Firestorm on him. And Sayush gonna try to hold them back with a Bushwhack and a Terrorblade arriving. With these illusions, get onto the Bane Elemental now. Anisan, Sunstrike coming, First Blood spilled, on Respect already. Bane is going to drop eventually to Mirage. Invoker picks up the kill, but Ethereal will get one for his own as well. Fill his pockets with a few acorns, kill off the Hoodwink, and Terrorblade has been zoned back to his tier 2.
Aye, eternal shame. A core player being out-spam clicked by a support player. That's just, you lose a lot of street cred there, really. You need to be faster. Can't have that.
Can't have that. And 3 bounty runes again. Was that 3 games in a row where Cheeky Zambo? Cheeky Breaky just stuck in my head now. I can't get rid of it.
You gotta call him Team Cheeky Breaky.
Yep. Oh, there we go. Set up for a good, strong early laning stage. Ember Spirit with 3 bounty runes plus a kill. Gonna feel pretty good with that very early bottle. It's already coming on Courier.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. And he's playing very aggressively here, just running in, using his early level for the Flame Guard.
And Yowai gonna go and grab the Watcher while he drags the waves around. He's gonna double them up, make sure it sits in front of his tier 1 tower, while Anisan nightmaring the axe, making sure there's no more shenanigans. So we've got Clockwork with the Terrorblade up top, Axe with the Wind Ranger down bottom. Axe with the Hoodwink down bottom, looking at Wind Ranger with the Underlord up top.
Yeah. I think bottom lane is going to be the most exciting lane to look towards, but with the Invoker, any lane could potentially have some kill potential. It's not easy as a Clockwork TB to lane into Underlord and Wind Ranger. The passive harassment of just Firestorms, Power Shots, and Wind Ranger's auto attacks should be winning that lane. Mid, Ethereal with a fantastic start. 9 and 2 in last hits right now. Just beautiful stuff from him.
3 and 1 Mirage. It does get one last hit under tower there very nicely under the nose of Ethereal. Yeah, this is what happens when you get this super early bottle, good early advantage for an Ember Spirit. You're gonna feel very happy with how this lane progresses.
Yeah, Invoker does go for both the Water Runes though, denying both with his hero and his Forge Spirit, but that gave some time for Ember to just get more denies.
Could be worse. Oh, wait, no, it couldn't.
I think it's going pretty well for them in that off lane though. 6 and 3 Axe, 5 and 2 Doom being shut down pretty decently. While Terrorblade races up towards the top at 11 and 2. Bodyguard and Protected by Respect, who gets a large camp pull through. Waveform's going to stop it though.
Bottom lane is really funny. Bottom lane is going pretty funny because both of them are kind of struggling with the CSing. A lot of creeps being pulled around.
I'm getting a bit aggressive here onto this Hoodwink though. Sunstrike, I tried to place it as the chase might have continued, but Yoai decided to step back and not get dragged in for this dangerous position, but he's still being punched by this axeless, corrupted axe.
Yeah, Corrupted just feeling pretty brave after spells were used on the Hoodwink. You can go and just keep fighting. Speaking of fighting.
Yeah, Lotus Pool battle. Cogs pushing around Waveform. He's out of mana now completely. Just going to pop his wand, drop the circlet, and hold the loaders in the inventory for later.
Oh, Anisan taking a lot of damage to bottom.
Yeah, Battle Hunger, Blood Grenade, dropping low. Nightmare saves himself. The nade is still ticking, and the Battle Hunger with Sayosh's final touch. Oh, Sunstrike!
For one more.
That's going to come in. Mirage kills the Doom. They set up beautifully for 2 kills.
Yeah, this lane was supposed to be pretty strong for the Bane and Doom, but very well played by Sayu and Corrupted. Of course, Corrupted popped off in the previous game, so shouldn't be a surprise at this point.
No, he's got momentum on his side. A kind of classic thing, you know, Invoker's struggling to get last hits mid lane, just Sunstrikes, gets him back up, nice bit of net worth, kills the enemy carry, he's 2-0-0, exactly right. A Nightmare onto this Hoodwink, trying to get the Doom on top of Sayush, but a Bushwhack drag back and a runaway, holding a Lotus. Hoodwink might still die.
Creep.
Infernal Blade into Brain Sap, ticking down and finally falls.
Man, the Frost Creep. It's killed me so many times as well, and Save goes down to it there, gets auto-attacked by it, and couldn't really run away, create the distance.
Ice Wall, defensively placed by Mirage. Ember Spirit is going for this, but there's Fairy Fire, 6 wand charges, and a Cold Snap used, so Ethereal needs to give a little bit more, and he doesn't quite have it. So with the Hoodwink's arrival, can I kill the Ember Spirit here? He's trying to juke around and not get touched by trees, but the Bushwhack Sunstrike combo comes in big time. And Huligani just running this game.
And top lane too.
Respect.
Huligani finally might drop something here, but Respect is actually going to be fine.
Yeah, walks out with a pit. And Terrorblade met with Metamorphosis up and running as well. You don't want to be walking into him.
Yeah, he's just shoving away this Underlord. Says, you will counter me later on with the aura, but for now, meta is pretty damn strong.
Not much in it by the numbers. Like net worth and kills, very close between them, but there's that feeling that Huligani are the ones upsetting, you know, kind of tilting the boat a little bit, rocking the boat, saying, okay, we're going to make the moves, we're going to make things uncomfortable for you. A lane which, like you said, a lane which Doom should be doing okay in has been shut down. The top lane where Underlord with this Wind Ranger by his side, we feel like maybe should do more to deal with the Terrorblade, have done nothing to him at all. The only struggle they've had is through Mirage, and they've recovered the Invoker's game entirely.
Bushwhack is off the mark, giving maybe a chance to fight down here. Deal some damage to the Axe, Scorched Earth, Rundown. Don't have an ability on the Doom, though.
No.
He ate the creep without an ability there, unfortunately.
Corrupted just keeps whacking this Bane. I'm realizing there's not, like you said, no abilities left to give to him.
Arcane Rune gets stolen by the Clockwork, as both the supports went and contested it. Invoker is ultimately fine with that, though. Ember is the one who's dependent on the runes. Invoker completely fine without it.
Try a Shackle Shot, Firestorm top. Snowy, only 3 stick charges, so this blood grenade and right clicks raining down onto him, trapped in the pit. An important kill there to kill off this Terrorblade and try and reclaim that territory in that top lane.
That's the problem. You leave to go and control the rune, but Wind Ranger stayed, or got back faster, I should say. She actually didn't stay. She just had boots and Clockwork didn't. Gets back and puts the pressure.
And kills the Terrorblade. Very, very good setup. And now, TI15, a 2k lead has emerged, even with a lot of these nice kills from HULIGANI. It's the Ember Spirit and Doom who have obviously recovered and caught up, spending a fair amount of gold on consumables there. 635 out of the Ember Spirit, but that's kept him in fighting shape non-stop.
On the TB?
You're right, through the Twin Gate. Your eyes here with that Shackle Shot lining up onto Snowy. They'll chuck everything onto the Terrorblade. There's a good Sunstrike to get something out of nothing there for Mirage, but you've lost your Terrorblade twice in a minute. Sad times for him, while Seyosh on this bottom lane is hunting Anisan. Corrupted trying to catch up with the Battle Hunger. Let's see if they can go for it. He nightmares back the Hoodwink. Axe is still chasing though. Battle Hunger. Oh, but can't get the call.
Oh, Juke Shoes. He's dodging everything, but it doesn't
Still
matter.
gonna get spun down.
Ultimately, still goes down. Corrupted can take this creep wave and go into the jungle. We're just gonna farm it here. Come on, man, get your efficiency. Guess he doesn't want to stand under vision. Bottom tower is gonna drop, by the way, after all this. Doom, sure, he made a move up top and got the kill onto the Terrorblade. And very good timing as well. TB, who didn't have TP, had to do a walk out from base. But meanwhile this happened, Corrupted opens the bottom lane.
Yeah, killed off the tier 1. Haste rune was denied by the Invoker. So again, shutting down his Ember Spirit and not allowing him to have any active runes. Definitely been halting Ethereal's acceleration into this game. It's Invoker who's top of the net worth, surprisingly enough, in a lane that has felt entirely lost against this Ember Spirit. They found recovery across the map into these side lanes because he's 3-0-1.
Yeah, he's 20 last hits behind, but that doesn't matter. When you get towers, you get kills. That's all you need. Respect. Oh, the power shot is coming. Do you feel good about this, Clock?
Look at that.
That is some sad news on the horizon right there.
Oh, goodness.
Just sidestep it.
That's level 2 power shot.
Yeah, he's not dead.
He's not dead, but it's going to be very painful. And then the Doom comes in, and now he's dead. One more hit from a big old slicer. Yoai gets it done. Now they can get a tier 1 of their own.
Ethereal is. Just slide a fist there, but he's like, nah, Doom, you can have the kill. Make sure that he gets it. I think Ember is feeling good because he's got a good game going no matter what. So just give Doom a chance to recover a little bit. Probably more important. Get himself closer to that Midas that he's going for. First item.
So that net worth lead, the actual big gap of the like 3, then down to 2, now down to 1k lead that has been whittled away at, was mainly from the supports. The Clockwork is pretty far behind. I'm going to try onto Ethereal here with the Tornado Meatball. Immediate Fiend's Gate, though, as they kill the Bane with Corrupted down bottom and then gating into mid. Ethereal low HP, but will skip away. Backup has come with the Underlord and the Doom arriving. Respect on the run, and Mirage trying to juke away with a power shot landing. It's a lot of damage that comes his way. Sunstrike with a Bushwhack. It's going to go across 2 heroes. No individual kill, and Waveform gets pushed to high ground by the Cogs, and Yoai is disconnected at the most unfortunate time. The Doom.
He's aura farming.
Oh,
he's just standing there.
The Doom with Doom ready. Dota crash is a very sad time to have that happen, because this Doom, he's in position to fight, but he's just standing there.
Listen, he's taking a nice little break, relax a bit. Ultimately, it looks like he will probably not be able to kill someone, but we'll see. I think Seiyu is gonna back out as he realizes that Doom reconnects.
What do you mean he's taking... Who is he? Yogi Bear having a freaking picnic in the forest? What's he doing? Just sat there in the trees.
He's a cheerful lad. He's a happy guy. Enjoying life.
10 minutes in. 6-7. TI15 trying to find their way back into this game. Get the Doom to his Midas. Ember Spirit has the Spirit Vessel. Underlord trying to finish off a Rod of Atos. There's a little bit of time they need to get these initial items onto their side lane cores. So it's down to Ethereal now to try and get out on the map and do stuff. But every time Ethereal shows up, he just gets tornadoed and his Flame Guard is gone.
Yeah, need to hammer on the tower. Doing some damage and actually comboing onto Ember.
Is he dead? He's going to remnant
I
off
think
to the
so.
side, but he's gone. So he comes back to lane, Flame Guard gone to Tornado, Bushwhack into the combo, and he's gone.
You know, a lot of it comes back to him accidentally tanking the Meteor Hammer there. He took 250 bonus damage from standing in the Meteor Hammer under a tower. Didn't dodge it with Sleight of Fist or with his ulti. And then Bushwhack comes in, surprise, suddenly you're really low HP. And by the time he realized and tried to get away, it was too late.
Yeah, that was not great. Especially as I've just been saying, I feel like he's the hero that needs to be out there doing stuff. Well, he gets out there and dies.
Classic caster curse.
It is. It's just classic stuff. Because now you're on the back foot. Ember Spirit's farming jungle. Doom's the only one out, kind of shoving lane, but that means he's wide open. Axe, I mean, he's going to get doomed up. Fiend's Gate going to come through as well. So even though Doom was out in the open, they've got backup here to be able to defend Yowai and get himself a kill.
Yeah, good kill and nice use of the Underlord, making sure to come through this portal and just having some impact. Mostly we're going to see Underlord just farming, but making sure that he helps out on side lanes can give them the advantage they need.
Respect trying to get himself level 6.
Yeah, I really, really like the Meteor Hammer Invoker build compared to Midas. It feels so much nicer. It's active, it's already cracked open that mid tower, he can farm stacks with it, so farming wise it's not even that much worse than a Midas. I don't know, it feels like the spell amp makes it great.
Oh, nice Nightmare save. He's still going to take a chunk of damage, but he'll get the Remnant away this time. So scary though, there's this Hoodwink Invoker offering infinite damage from super long range.
Yeah, that's just the two of them as well. Wait until Axe gets online and starts getting in the mix for these things as well.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, I'm with you. I don't know who invented it, but I know BZM was one I saw make it kind of popular with this. Ghost Walk, Meteor Hammer, stacking camps, farming with Meatball, pushing waves, pushing towers, the wide map Invoker gameplay, and threatening. He plays kind of like old school Clinks with Orchid. You know, you're kind of farming enemy side of the map, making life incredibly difficult for supports to lurk around. You're a killer, an assassinator, and you're also this split pusher and team fighter. He just brings so much to the table.
Yeah, it does a lot. I don't have much love for the shards, you know, farming stuff. The ghost walking is too broken in my opinion, but let's see if he can defend his stacks here. He tries to tornado the Ember, but he dodges with Sleight of Fist. Still not going to be able to stick around and farm this though, so Invoker just says thank you for doing hard work. I'll farm this with just one ice wall.
Yeah, I feel like that Ghost Walk shard needs to be like halved in the numbers or something.
Yes.
It's pretty crazy.
It's or lower damage versus creeps only, right? It can have high damage versus heroes. I'm fine with that, but the whole farming versus creeps, yeah, make that half the damage or something.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
It's way too fast.
Slow and steady for this Doom. Hand of Midas into the Radiance. Yowai trying to get there, but it's going to take a while. Bane, currently his bodyguard, playing at the Twin Gate. Scouted, flared, hook-shotted. Anisan going to get Cog pushed back in towards Corrupted, and Seiyoshu are going to gap close on him. No Sunstrike.
But he's dodging everything, I swear. Anisan has the craziest juke use, though. He didn't dodge the hook shot, and that's why he died, but he dodged the Sunstrike, dodged the, you know, the nice little bushwhack attempt. Same as previously. I guess you could say that a lot of people were there to kill him at least, so some space was created, but yeah, another nice pickoff for the side of Huligani.
Yeah, he's just got the little winged boots of Hermes on, just floating around, juking, zipping left and
Ember
right.
spotted.
Oh yeah, under sentry ward. Tornado, Rod of Atos, Meatball, Deafening Blast, comboed, killed. Snowy the one to pick up that kill on the mid laner, and this Metamorphosis allows him to farm through jungle and push out top lane as well.
I wasn't sure about the initiation by Mirage there, but the fact that he has Rod of Atos as well, he just combos it fully, and Ember, no way out, unfortunately.
It's been difficult for him to connect into this game. Like, laning stage was good, but what? He died twice in mid pretty quickly. That's the third death for him now at 1, 3, and 0. And Ember Spirit, the guy that you want to be out there playing forward. You know, it's meant to be Bane walks into enemy area of the map, sets up for a shackle shot, a remnant, searing chains. The Fiend's Gate's meant to come in and follow up. We just haven't had that process of A to B to C to D. It's been Ember
Axe
dies.
slept up. And they bring in Underlord as well even. This is going to be an easy kill. They choose to use the Doom. I think that's fine. So they had the choice between Doom or Fiend Script there, and they chose to use Doom, which seems like the more expensive ability in a way, right? But Doom just wants to get back to farming and hitting creeps. So if he uses ulti, now Bane is still ready to fight, so it's actually a smarter choice to blow the Doom on this kill.
Yeah, now Bane can pivot mid, play with his Ember Spirit, who desperately needs someone to stay by his side. And Waveform goes on this Hoodwink with an attempted kill, but is suddenly finding mass resistance. They've brought numbers there to defend him.
He definitely overplayed a bit there. Very aggressive and didn't really have anybody with him other than Underlord being a little bit behind.
8 to 11. HULIGANI finding a mild net worth lead here, 16 minutes in.
Alright, you want to hear the cope for Ember. He's 1, 3, and 0. However, dying 3 times and then owning is how he played in the first game, right?
Oh, the Quap game,
yeah. The Queen of Pain game. He died 3 times and then never again. So he already has set the standard. No more deaths for his Ember from here on out.
That's how it's got to be. His win probability is already showing a pretty drastic number there. 78, no, 80 plus, 81%. That's pretty wild.
Dota Plus really hates games where you don't have a hard carry. I will say that though. And this is a Doom carry game, so Dota Plus, since it's based on pub games, and if you know, nobody picked carry, a lot of times you just auto lose those games. So its read maybe a little bit inaccurate. I think the chance is higher for Cheeky, but I would agree that TB, Invoker, Axe, all these heroes look great for late game here. And another smoke. We want to find the Underlord, I think. It's always hard to gank something else when Underlord is able to just TP in, similar to Dawnbreaker, but unfortunately, he's not in this area. He TP'd base.
Radiant are scanning.
Wasting a bit of time with the smoke gank, not connecting yet.
Nobody nearby just yet. But it's fine. Not only are you looking for potential kills, but you're also bodyguarding this Terrorblade as he makes his march towards objectives.
Radiant's top
I'll
tower.
claim that tier 1 top tower without even popping Metamorphosis. Does leave
Pretty easy tower.
the Invoker, you know, maybe susceptible, but
Radiant's top
it looks like he's done a good job just tucking in behind his mid tier 2, farming that northern jungle and not being found. So HULIGANI sweep through, get tier 1. They've got ward coverage now in enemy ancients. So they're shutting out this part of the map.
Dire's middle tower is
I mean, against the Midas, Radiance, Doom, the Invoker's still keeping pace so far, which is pretty impressive. Invoker's not supposed to be farming this fast, and he had a pretty rough lane versus the Ember too. So, super impressed by what we're seeing from him. Of course, a lot of it comes from those kills. The Sunstrike setups have been really, really good. His team is amazing for giving him easy Sunstrikes.
Respect Clockwork, just lurking in the shadows.
Yeah. Hops in, looking for something more.
Where's my Bane? Come over here. Kills a sentry in that bottom jungle. And it's going to be TI15 who smoke. Amber and Windranger holding hands as Anisan gives a bit of intel, saying, hey, Clockwork's over here, and we've got an angle that we can attack this bottom lane through the small stream straight onto the Hoodwink. And they're Fiends gating onto this as well to make damn sure the squirrel falls.
I think Seo was a little bit too far forward there. Didn't really have Axe nearby. Ember was nowhere, Invoker was nowhere close. But Invoker has his travels, 2,000 gold, working on a BKB. BKB is pretty amazing in this game since they're playing against Doom. Being able to just pop that.
Well, there's a call into Sunstrike. Oh, hang on a second. The Nightmare save. Hookshot's great, though. From Respect, traps them both in the cogs. You come here to Nightmare deny my teammates a kill? I think not.
Very nice stuff from Respect there. Finds the angle. And this coincides very nicely with the Tormentor, of course. That's why they were down there, trying to contest and fight for the area. But with Alacrity TV, this will be a quick and easy Tormentor taken out.
Yeah, straight onto that Torm. Get yourself the shard for the Hoodwink.
Well, this is at least time that Doom has been farming, so he gets himself Blink. BKB is queued up for next.
Dire are scanning.
But I can't help but feel that Cheeky have to make something happen. They cannot go slowly into this game. They cannot go late game. It's going to be very difficult. And I think the timing that they're looking at is the Aghanim Scepter on Underlord. This is a really impactful item. Getting the Pit of Malice, you know, is going to be massive. And your Aghanims is suddenly going to set up kills across the map.
Still trying to find a way to get Ethereal involved in stuff, though. And he's going for this Aghanim Scepter, which is definitely going to help out, because he needs a way in and out of team fights. At times he's been tornadoed, Rod of Atos caught. But I'd also imagine a BKB, this Ogrexx might just be a BKB that he buys now.
Yeah,
He desperately needs something to protect him.
I think BKB might make more sense, but we'll see what he ends up going for. Respect with his Tumbler's Toy and Force Staff. He's trying to get whatever vision he can for his team.
And we'll see the Doom pop in and out of lane. And Doom and Bane smoking themselves from that bottom spot all the way back towards mid. So far, Huligani have been playing this game of cat and mouse, where Invoker's done a great job like showing himself when he can kill, then hiding the jungle when he can't. Terrorblade, same story when Metamorphosis is up, feels very powerful. Pressing forward, then sitting back and waiting. Meta is back up now, so I'd imagine Huligani feel pretty strong to gather up and fight, so it's a decent timing here for the jump to be made by TI15 to catch Snowy. They've got the gate. There we go, straight towards this Terrorblade, dooming him up. And Invoker tries to fight back with his BKB, but they've lost Snowy already.
Good pickoff. Took a bit of patience, but in the end, they get him. And Terrorblade's getting shut down. I'm not sure they can turn this into a Roche kill. Normally, you know, get a big pickoff, go into Roche, but their lineup is not the best Roche takers, to say the least. All the heroes are pretty bad, actually.
Not even any sustain or anything to make it a slow but long Roshan.
Yeah, it's just a bad Roshan.
And the Spirit should be able to catch the Hoodwink, finally. Latching onto Seyoship in the top spot. And did the kill as well.
Kill? Finding these pickoffs, even if they don't get to take a big objective, at least they're playing the map. Bane is now going bottom. Thinks better of it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, does it feel good though? You killing TB obviously feels great. You invade, you kill Terrorblade, you come back, you kill Hoodwink, you get to play mid and top lane, 2 lanes and farm jungle. So obviously that part feels good. But in terms of, bigger picture stuff, taking a step back and thinking about Terrorblade Invoker scaling into this mid game, have TI15 done enough? How many more moves do they? Oh, nice jump away by Ember Spirit. How many more moves do they have to make?
They need to create more stuff, for sure. BKB and Aghanim Scepter abuse needs to come in. BKB is just now finishing up on the Doom. Aghanim Scepter on the Unlord has been done for a while, but need to make more moves with this. And ideally, you want to find the TB. Since he doesn't have a BKB of his own, he is a pretty easy kill. I think Doom is, or Invoker is a harder kill. Due to his BKB, he could always get away. There's actually hooligans who are making the move now.
Well, yeah, I'd imagine they feel pretty strong when meta's ready. The thing is, Terrorblade isn't actually joining them. Snowy just continuing to farm. Well, this Death Squad trio who's out there smoking towards the Doom. And Yoai, or is it Yoa AI, are about to get caught here. Corrupted with a blink call. Meatball Sunstrike enough. I tried to gate Pit to stop any more advance, but the damage comes through too quickly.
Yeah, gets bursted quite easily there. Interesting, by the way, that the Invoker is still not opting to go for an Aghanims at any given point. They have great heroes to pair with it. Oh, he's gonna get safety. But he's opting to go on Octarine Core next, which I think makes a lot of sense. You don't necessarily have to go Cataclysm. Just having Octarine will make him more impactful in every regard. You have 3 active items, you have 1 million spells. It's a pretty damn good upgrade here.
It just feels nice overall.
Padding your mana regen, your HP stat as well.
Yeah, make you tankier. Maybe lets you survive a Doom. Hook shot from Respect. And straight in on towards this Wind Ranger, who also gets tagged by the Rod of Atos, Blink Call, Sunstrike. How easy! HULIGANI can just execute, but now a potential turnaround play. Respect gets run down by the Doom until the Terrorblade arrives. They've got double root. He'll break free with a Manta style. And Yoi realizing he can't really stand and fight against the Terrorblade, who's popped his Meta.
Yeah, that's the problem here. Even though he has a 2,000 gold advantage, the carry difference is in the chassis itself. The Doom is meant to dominate game early, take over, run the game, get the Roche, you know, win with a big gold lead advantage. Right now, they're at a gold disadvantage overall against the Terrorblade, who's insanely hard late game carry. And I think there's a big problem where their two supports are really bad against the TB. Right? The Bane and the Wind Ranger, I think both of them are pretty useless. You would like to have some big magic damage or easy control spells to throw. And while Bane, yes, has control spells, I spoke about it before. It's super hard to go in and just fiend script a TB. You always die to illusions if you try.
Yeah, if he's got illusions meta up, it's impossible. I think that's a good point to hammer home, right? Is that whole concept of ease of execution. You know, we throw around that phrase, but like looking at this game in particular, the fact that you just don't have anything to throw a Terrorblade that's easy to just catch him or nuke him. It's we must doom him. We must Firestorm and Fiendskate him. You know, there's so many we musts, and when you have we must, you're locked into a certain way. And if you're locked into a certain way, your enemies know what's going to be coming, so they can prepare for that exact situation.
Yeah, and TB, by the way, is just now finishing up a Butterfly. He has enough gold for it finally, so 27-minute Manta-style Dragonlance Butterfly. Pretty strong timing coming out from him, even though the Doom is ahead, right? It's a Midas Devour Doom, so obviously it's going to farm super fast. But we need to see that turn into some real value. Gold is only so useful. We need to see them actually make stuff happen.
Looking at the bottom lane, hoping someone shows here, but Corrupted. He's going to tuck himself in the trees and then spots the Doom. Now, who's making the move here? I thought it was Radiant moving onto the Axe, but it's the Axe and this Clockwork going straight onto the Doom, forcing that defensive BKB and the Grip, which gets cancelled by the Tornado. Now a Meatball dropped. Corrupted. He's in trouble still. Focused down and killed. TP out by the Invoker. Looks like it's successful with his BKB. Both teams clashing there in a kind of awkward head-to-head. No Terrorblade involved. That means the Radiant come out with the advantage, killing that Axe and trading supports.
Yeah, exactly. The difference was that all of Chiki were in the area and TP was nowhere close. So nice initiation and nice attempt to kill the Doom, but the Nightmare was there to save him, just disrupting the chain stun, allowing him to get the BKB out, and then he just walks away. That's why the BKB is so necessary.
Still no Roshan attempt, though. Kind of wondering if HULIGANI are thinking about going for it themselves. I know that a Doom is down, some BKBs were spent, so it's a timing here where Snowy has Metamorphosis, Manta-style, Sunder. Pretty much everything he wants is ready. And they're in this Roche pit, bringing it down to about half, but it's been scouted.
Ooh, awkward timing for a pause. Great ward for Radiant here, so could play this area. As we see Terrorblade just say, side lanes, guys, side lanes, and they're very right. The side lanes are looking pretty bad right now.
That's a great time for a pause. Prepare for the next 30 seconds. It's a 5-man team wipe incoming, isn't it?
The incoming inevitable fight, yeah. The Unlord doesn't have ulti yet, though. 20 seconds cooldown on the Fiendskate, so he cannot backstab. If he had it right now, he could just drop the ulti on the Invoker, Hoodwink, and Axe. It would be amazing. But I think they can just back out of this. We'll see.
I mean, Radiant sees a lot with this Observer Ward. Dire sees nothing coming. So Snowy, gonna Manta-style, get away from danger, and realizing there is high ground vision there, he pings it and wants someone to plop the sentry down. So the full reset, and then HULIGANI go for the smoke of their own. Ethereal has this amplified damage rune, though.
Smoke and reposition. Invoker has the Octarine Core ready. I do respect that he didn't go shard yet on Invoker, by the way. He also doesn't like the bullshit, Gareth. He's like, you know what? Shard is too broken. Not gonna do that.
Yeah, someone else did it the other day as well and won. I think we've seen Invoker 3 times in our games we've cast. One who bought Shard lost, and 2 who didn't. Or, well, 1 who didn't buy Shard won, and this is the 3rd one.
I mean, in fairness, if you do have Shard and you run around and do that whole killing creep wave thing, you become very predictable in that that's your pattern. And if people crack it, they will pick you off. And it's really awful to die because you're being predictable. So, to a degree, it might be bad for you to go for it. Even though it's super OP overall, I would say.
It pigeonholes you into doing something that maybe you don't want to do.
It's also the type of thing that works way better in top games than in pro games. Pro games will coordinate. They will try to counter it. Ooh, axe call off the mark.
I'm trying to go for something in the mid lane. Ethereal just BKBs up. They've got these pits being placed. Now Mirage has to go shiny golden just to disengage. Oh, look at this. Waveform. Shackle Shot going to latch onto Clockwork and Invoker. And a hook shot defensively to try and save him while the axe is being pummeled by this Doom and Underlord. Look at them go, just charging in towards Huligani. They've lost the axe. The TB got doomed and had to run home. Respect has fallen now as well. And the Terrorblade barely surviving back in the fountain.
Ooh. And a good shot there coming out, sealing the deal, killing off the Ember. And I'm sorry, the challenge is broken. The 3 deaths only didn't happen.
Oh, he's died too many times now.
Yeah. Tornado into Sunstrike, and then, of course, the Hoodwink there as well with the Bushwhack. Very good kill.
I mean, it started so well for them, though. Like, but they're losing that Ember Spirit. It feels kind of rough. Still good by the metrics. 1,000 net worth going into the hands of Cheeky Bamboni, but the fact that Terrorblade and Invoker survived to fight another day, and Roshan is still alive to be taken, means Huligani can still play that bottom right corner of the map and play towards Roche up at top left.
I think one of the major issues, what went wrong in that fight, is that they dropped the Doom on TB, but they don't have anybody who can get over there. They didn't have Fiend Skate anymore, and they couldn't position themselves that far forward, so TB literally just walks away. Sure, they lost a few heroes, but TB just walking away safely is really unfortunate for them.
Well, I thought it would be a straightforward Torment to Roche, but it's a difficult Torment to take. Corruptor's going to make a jump on this Wind Ranger. Sunstrike's not going to land because of the cogs push around, and a Cyclone out, and this Wind Ranger buying some time. Huligani spend an initiation, spend a BKB, don't get a kill on a support.
Yeah,
I saw
this
this
could be
whiff.
the timing. This could be the timing for Roche, for sure. A little bit awkward for Huligani, and they could run over there, maybe make it in time, but they would have to run immediately. Terrorblade not quite going there, so I think this is going to be free. We'll see.
I don't know. They
Who wants
are
to say something about it?
edging forwards towards this Roche pit. There's no hookshot just yet. Roshan's not dead, and the Doom Ember Spirit walk up high ground to stop any of the advance, but the Blink Call, the Doom and the Bane both found by Corrupted, dunks them down, they've both gone. They'll grip up the axe and find the kill, but the Terrorblade now can stand tall and dish the damage out with the hookshot forward they tried to catch, but they can't quite deal with Anchor, who just TPs out. And what a bash on Ember Spirit. Can he get away? Does he have a remnant to safety? But Respect closes the gap. The cogs push around, push back, tries to kick to the high ground. The rocket flare snipes him out. Respect gets the job done, and Huligani do, in the end, get Roshan.
Oh my god, what a big win there. That catch with the axe was beautiful, and I think it was forced by Invoker running over, throwing the tornado into the pit. They jump out of the pit, then they get stuck on this high ground, saying, okay, who do we go on? They end up seeing a support. There was Clockwork nearby, but it didn't really matter much. Like, look here. They're so clumped up, and Axe makes the most of it together with the Bushwhack and nukes coming in from Hoodwink.
Yeah, from there on out, fight was over. It wasn't too far away from getting a hookshot on that Underlord. Or on the Wind Ranger.
Yeah, also I said that Doom, you know, is a hero who doesn't really kill himself on Blade Mail, but he did take 900 damage from Blade Mail in that fight. It's a fair bit of DPS coming in still.
That's no joke. Now you've got TB Aegis and a 5k
Again,
lead.
Blade Mail call.
Catch on the Doom. Deafening Blast Meteor. Yo-I has the BKB. Trying to turn and fight with a grip and a Doom chucked in onto the Hoodwink. Mirages kills the Doom, and the Hoodwink says, cool, you got me, and then what? Everything for me. Clockwork is the bonus kill. And Nightmare's there on the Terrorblade as Snowy goes in behind them deep,
Oh, no,
trying to sunder. Finding a target is difficult,
He can't
though.
sunder.
He's BKB'd up. He managed to dodge his projectiles, but he's sniped out by the power shot. Rotovator's thrown onto a BKB'd Ember Spirit, but this Terrorblade is trapped inside the pit, shackled up, surrounded on all sides by Radiant heroes. He'll get the Sunder down now onto Anku, finally allowed to use it, but he's being burst down into oblivion. Mirage has come round from the northern side, looking to continue the fight, corrupting his low HP and dying. Mirage picks up the kill on Anku, sure, finishing off the Underlord, but a messy, scrappy fight leads to Invoker being the only Dire hero still alive.
That was, yeah, messy is probably the best way to describe it. That tier 2 tower really put a stop to Huligani. They couldn't really run through it. Awkward situation overall. They get stuck on one side with the Aegis. I think maybe he should have tried to run away towards the right instead of running towards the left, since he basically trapped himself with the enemy and his team was like, okay, how do we help you now? Also, the soul read by this Sunstrike. Look at this. Wait for it. Sunstrike. And he runs back into it.
Walk straight back into it.
So many times he has thrown the Sunstrike and, you know, it's missed a little bit by the enemy running away, but this time it's beautiful.
But here's the thing, right? The fight is won. All Snowy has to do is like BKB and run.
Yeah, just walk away.
But he's like,
He walks forward. He's looking for that Wind Ranger, man. He wanted that Wind Ranger Sunder, and now he's like, uh-oh, I've done an oopsie.
I think also a big misread on the BKB. Like maybe he thought that Ember or Underlord had used, or the BKBs were on cooldown, because he ran in there thinking, I'm going to sunder someone, and this fight is completely over. You see the idea, it was a bad idea.
It was fine. Even if that was the initial case, that's still fine. Just run towards the right. But he overcommits to this chase on Wind Ranger. Bit costly for sure. Should have been a good fight. Ends up being a pretty bad one for them. And maybe this gives enough fuel for them to come back in the game.
It might just do. It's meant to be Huligani gathering up even more of a lead. Now settled around 5k. But you've allowed TI15 to come out of their base one more time. And they excel if they're able to get on top of you. If they can have the vision to start the fight through a Bane or Ember initiation, things get really scrappy quickly. Huligani much more suited to setting up on an objective, right? With TB frontlining, Metamorphosis up, Axe and Invoker, the reactive heroes who can return fire. They want the information game. They want to be able to bunker down, hold an area of the map.
Yeah. Also keep in mind, by the way, there's Wind Waker on the Wind Ranger now, so she's able to save against the Axe. They also have the Aghanims on Bane, so obviously his Fiend script now can be a bit more useful. He had a really hard time getting a Fiend script on the Terrorblade earlier, as I mentioned, but now it's not completely out of the question.
Tons of luxury items being flown out and queued up. Kaya Sanj being completed by Ethereal. And he's got this veil working on a bloodstone, it looks like.
And TB going for an MKB here. I think it's pretty fine. He gets some True Strike, not only against the Wind Ranger, but the 25% evasion on the Doom. I think he just wants to be able to DPS Doom much quicker. I would have been okay with him going Daedalus here as well, but yeah, 25% evasion is pretty annoying.
Invoker, Scythe of Ice queued up. Needs some more item slots, though. We're going to have to sell Rod of Atos to slot it in.
I feel like selling an item is not a great situation to be in. I kind of would have liked to see him just consume Aghanim Scepter almost as a next choice, but I understand the Hex will counter Ember and will also deal really well with these aggressive plays.
Did you already point out, sorry if I missed it, the Invoker Shard did go for the EMP option?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't point out that he bought it, but it makes sense at this point of the game, since we're so late into the game now. I think you don't need to run around and drag out the game with the Ghost Walk, and EMP is still very strong.
Mini black
Plays
hole?
nicely into their AoE. Yeah, a little black hole together with the axe and so on. It's not bad.
Just thinking if I say
It also makes it quite a bit stronger. The EMP damage is increased quite massively by having the shard, I think.
if I say what color it really is, it sounds a bit rude, honestly. Wind Ranger's going to wander away from that top lane. Getting chased out as Clockwork guards up the Twin Gate top left corner and going to rejoin with the Hoodwink down south. Everybody's Undivision, Radiant and Dire Observer Wards seeing literally everything.
Oh, but he doesn't know on Clockwork. He sends a rocket, but doesn't put a sentry down. Doesn't get to safety, though, before Bane gets over there and catches him. It was not too far away from Bane being able to blink him and set up.
That's a game of millimeters.
Smoke coming in now. They are getting a little bit impatient. Want to go and fight again.
They're hungry for it. Terrorblade's like, guys, I've spent 39 minutes, 40 minutes farming. Let's go find a kill. I save up the Underlord with the Wind Waker. Buy a bit of time for him. And there's a catch on the Axe, getting forced and Lotus back to safety while the Ember goes diving deep. A Shackle shot up onto Corrupted, but it got returned by the Lotus Orb, which bounced in onto Wind Ranger. And a few spells being spelt. Nobody dying.
Still see a setup soon.
Another tornado.
Forward, Doom.
Into the root, though. Mirage forced to BKB as the gate comes in, looking at the TB. Snowy's being surrounded. He's got the BKB and get the Lotus up. No Sunder target just yet. He's just being clicked down and annihilated.
Oh,
He's got the Sunder, though. Forced back in to return fire on Anku. The death of the Terrorblade inevitable, though, as he falls inside these goddamn pits. The Doom's still going. Cold snapped up, but doesn't care. Turns on Corrupted, giving the damage to the Axe. Oh, look at this. Axe and TB dead, and Cheeky Bamboni are going for it. They've lost their Underlord. The Doom's still alive, but he's being bushwhacked back, and a hookshot comes in. Mirage opens up as the riddle carry, showing here HULIGANI can follow through because Ethereal is out of mana. Resources lacking. Mirage and Seyosh on his tail, finding the third core kill. And a triple for Mirage beyond Godlike Invoker.
Oh, he wants the fifth. Looking for the wind.
Well,
not quite on mark.
He didn't get his Rampage in game 2, did he? He's hungry for it. A kill on a Wind Ranger. That's what he missed out on.
Very close there. They got the Terrorblade, but the hidden carry of the Invoker sitting behind and dishing out some serious damage. He even missed one of his Sunstrikes there, but it didn't really matter. The Meatball, the Ice Wall, you know, the auto attacks going. He's actually doing so much.
I'm so glad Wepas pointed out as well. 4 sides of Vice used by him in that fight. It's wild. Octarine core. Like you said, it's Octarine's super good.
Yeah, when you have this many active items, and I mean, it even helps the Lincoln Sphere defensively, so he's having some major impact and cannot be ignored at this point.
It's crazy. They don't have their Terrorblade, but they're still going high ground. Catapults plus Forge Spirits. And Tier 3 tower looking a little worse for wear. Unsure if they'll get a lane of barracks here. It's probably just Tier 3 and run.
Yeah, I think they open the tower and then back out. Respawns are coming in. May as well back up. Did the Wisdoms, double Wisdom gonna go their way.
Next
By the way, respects Clockwork is about to hit level 23. He is getting some serious experience going here for a support.
Oh yeah, he's getting super leveled. So that racks down to about half health. Snowy gets an amplified damage rune and an alacrity placed on him right outside Roshan, who had just respawned. He roars out across the map, and that indicates the Cheeky Bamboni have to react. They've got to do something to get here if they want to stop it. They're on the move. Terrorblade's pretty low. Gets forced out of the Roche pit. Roshan not dead yet. They've got the pit on 3 in the back. Ooh. A call came out. The Ember Spirit's hexed up, but now a Doom on the Invoker. They've found Mirage, chasing him down. The Shackle shot is going to come through, and the damage is there. Godlike Streak taken out by Ethereal. And Anisan, he's on to Seyosh. The blink call from Corrupted. Tries to turn this back with a go on the Bane, but the Terrorblade, Snowy, he's very low. He can't sunder anybody. He's just dead. He's out of here. And now the chase is on towards Corrupted. Oh, from one side to the other, Corrupted is trying with a call on a blade mail. Can't dunk anybody down, though, as Yawai Ethereal have got him all locked in place. One side to the other, left and right, up and down. A roller coaster ride of a series in a game as Waveform's killing off Roshan to give them the Aegis. It's more swings and roundabouts in this game than freaking Child's Playground.
Absolutely crazy. Okay, I have one major reason why that fight went so well for them. It is because of the left talent of Underlord. Do you know what it does? 160 DPS around Fiend's Gate made it impossible for them to stay there. They had to run away. The moment the Fiend's Gate came down, TB took a lot of damage. Everybody else had to back away and leave the Roche pit. And yeah, they didn't take so much damage from it necessarily, but it denied the area in a way that, you know, I have never really thought about it. I've never seen people use this talent and how strong it can be, but it's actually oppressive.
That's incredible. You asked me a question as I was taking a massive gulp of water, by the way. I needed to hydrate after that.
Oh, no, no worries.
No, it's good stuff.
Drink your water.
Hey, impressive. Also, that fight recap. 6,666 gold goes the way of the Radiant. I think that's very fitting when you've got a Doom on your team. It's all going to Cheeky Bamboni here. Game 3, 4K lead, 28-28, 45 minutes in. They've got Aegis on the Doom. They're trying to prep for high ground, but they've got to respect the Huligani hold. Axe, Invoker, incredibly strong hero.
I'm going to start saying it, though. I feel like not having Aghanims at this point in the game with these heroes on your team feels a bit underwhelming, no? On Invoker?
When you got Axe who can call into Cataclysm, yeah.
You also have Clockwork, just a hook shot into, you know, multi-hero cogs. We've seen that happen multiple times as well. I think there have been many chances to get big Cataclysms going, and the fact that they don't have it makes these fights kind of hard because they don't insta-burst multiple heroes. And in a dragged-out fight, Doom, Ember, these heroes, they burn you down over time. Even the Underlord, right? The damage over time is pretty serious.
It absolutely is, yeah. A DPS around Fiend's Gate. Oh, that's great.
I honestly, if you asked me before the game what the left talent of Underlord is, I would have no idea.
Mirage. Lincoln's popped. Grip is there.
Fiend's Crypt.
Oh, he's out in the open. Oh, he's just dead.
That's costly. Nice double bounty going their way as well. So the pickoff on Invoker. Sure, he has buyback, but you might be able to force it. And forcing this buyback could be a big win con opening up.
I'm trying to remember. There was a game during Dream League where this topic came up about the Underlord talent because it was like a losing game for Underlord. And then we looked at the stats, and he had, like, in 40 minutes, right? He had done like 20k damage in 40 minutes, and then the last 9 or 10 minutes of the game, he tripled his damage out of that talent. It was actually freaking insane.
Yeah, I mean, Hero can do a lot of damage in late game, actually. I was quick to say that this is a late game favors Huligani situation, but they are proving their strength as well in Chicky. Tower falls.
3.
Base race trading a little bit. A lot of it.
A lot of trading, yeah. Huligani going mid. Yeah, you've got to respect the push strength of Huligani here. Cheeky Bamboni, they obviously already claimed that mid lane earlier on, now finishing off the bottom. Top lane on the Radiant side destroyed, and it's Huligani who get to hold the Ancients area high ground.
It's no longer a base trade, now it's just a base scam. You lose your base and you get nothing. Going on the Ember. They've all been rooted up.
It's a difficult ask to try and find him. And now your Terrorblade's being run at. Snowy, the AoE Doom, it's going to arrive. The Terrorblade trying to stand his ground and fight, but he doesn't offer enough. Him and Clockwork out of here with buyback available, sure.
Dude, Clockwork's death, he took 1200 damage from the talent. What the hell? He just died to the gate.
Yeah, not even kidding you. He went from like 20k damage on Underlord to like 60k in the matter of 10 minutes. It is a monumental amount of damage.
It's a good talent. Oh, Hex.
Wind Ranger.
Bursted.
Gets annihilated. Corrupted, gonna get caught in the pits, but it doesn't look like there's any follow through just yet from Cheeky Bamboni. And
he did lose gem on that, so a little bit costly death.
So Courier going to come and grab up the gem as they tornado into two-man call. Doom and Underlord. There's a save from a Wind Waker. And these tanky cores not taking a lot of damage. There wasn't follow-through. We've got a grip on Invoker now as well as we dive with the Ember Spirit. In onto Invoker by the fountain. Not enough to finish him off just yet. They'll try and catch up as they buy back TB and Clockwork. Corrupted has gone for a two-man call again. The Doom, he's tanky. Is he going to get out of here with the safety of his life? He's standing his ground to just die with the Aegis. Meanwhile, Underlord has fallen by the fountain, but the Terrorblade has died back. Snowy's gone for 2 minutes.
Oh boy. Axe has to kill everything, and I don't know how he can. He doesn't have a Cataclysm to help him. Everybody's full HP. This looks already like it's over.
Cheeky Bamboni, they're doing it. They're doing it here in the TI calls. They've got a Nightmare on Mirage. The jump from the Doom, finding him. They've got him down. Buyback's available. God, you're going to have to use it, but they're scrambling here, grasping at straws as Huligani getting fountain dived by this Ethereal Invoker. Hook shot, the save. Nice Wind Ranger with a Wind Waker. Comes in clutch to buy time for Ethereal. Off to the astral plane to dodge away from danger. You can't touch this boy. No physical corporeal form for the Ember Spirit. He's just dancing, flaming fire, flickering in the faces of Huligani as they're losing their base. Yoai's going to grab back the clockwork. AoE Doom going. Can't quite get past the cogs, though. So Mirage able to stand and hold at least a defensive line. But Anku spamming him down. Another defensive BKB forced out here as they get on the Wind Ranger, but the Wind Waker saves her yet again. Hook shot required to kill her off. She's dead for 2 minutes as Huligani hold onto their base. A tornado catch and a cog pushback. Another maybe good move from Axe with a two-man call. Corrupted grabs them and drags them in. The damage needs to come through now. Mirage from the high ground, raining it in. Kills off the Underlord as this Doom, half HP, 30%. Yoi brought back in with the EMP, the drag back of the hole, and Corrupted with another call.
Oh my god, what is this defense from Huligani? They're holding on. Buyback coming out from the Doom as well. I guess he buys back because he feels like the counter pressure is gonna come, but I feel like that's a wasted buyback, no? Like, they have mega creeps. I'm not sure they can even push yet. But maybe it's true. They need to take this gate. They buy back to take the gate so they don't just TP across the map.
That makes sense.
It's looking rough right now.
I wasn't so sure about that Doom buyback, but I guess that makes sense.
No, he would have to buy back. I mean, I questioned it at first, but he would get forced to. They're rushing across the map. Of course, all alive. Forcing back the mega creeps. Insane hold, though. Without Terrorblade, this Invoker and the Disable, they cook. Absolutely insane how they combo.
Wow, the Corrupted Axe just getting two-man call after two-man call on core heroes like the Underlord and Doom 4 or 5 times in that fight. Spot on
and
stuff.
The Sports playing their heart out too. A lot of nice bushwhacks and hook shots coming in there. And now they're at the door to taking some nice racks, evening out the situation. Terrorblade has queued up a rapier.
It's time.
He's got 5k golds. These buildings would give him the gold he needs.
You're against mega creeps. You're going for tier 4s. You're ignoring the barracks. You've got a timer here. 30 seconds, no Underlord. Doom is ready. Ember is ready.
Oh boy.
The rapier's coming.
Ended before.
They're bringing it out.
In hand.
He's got the rapier and he's looking at tier 4s. Hook shot forward onto the Bane. They find an opening to kill off Anisan. Dead with no buyback. Oh, the Doom, though, finding this Invoker. Mirage is going to fall. Gone for 2 minutes. The base, though. The throne is gone. The Terrorblade has done the job. They win the best of 3. They move on forward to continue their run through the TI quals. Dumping 4ikibamboni out of this